So, our adventurers are on the final leg of their long and varied journey through the plains. They started off in the confluence of elemental plains in the city of Brass, went through the Shadowfell and the Feywild and some demi-planes in between, and ultimately, after the Feywild arrived back in the city of Brass and put to rest the scourge of the shadow storm that was afflicting it, gained the audience and blessing of the Sultan, who has just sent them back through the Celestial Gate to the Anarok Desert, where they found themselves rematerialized inside of a massive mountain. To be clear, a massive floating mountain that is at the center of the arcane storm that has been raging around the Sword Coast.
You know it.
They were told by the Sultan that they were going to one of the last remaining Netheril floating cities, which the Cloud Giants had repurposed. They had re-raised from the ground in their quest for domination and a reorganization of the Ordning, of which they were second to the Storm Giants. And so the party has arrived at the very base of the upside-down mountain with a city on the top. That's how the Netherese would make their floating cities. Chop the top of a mountain off, flip it around, build the city on top, and then kind of catacomb down into the base, into the cave system and their own little subterranean city,
dwellings,
so to speak. Yeah, dwellings. So you are at the reverse of the apex, which has a word that escapes me right now. The nadir, yes. Thank you.
What?
And at the bottom of this mountain, and you have
maps, huh?
arrived.
Exactly right.
You have arrived on the arcane sigil, the gate that was a one-way trip in. There is no escape, and you are told that your quest is to stop the storm at all costs. The Oracle, who you saved, did not assure you that your lives would be kept in this quest.
Excellent.
And so you recognize that this is a life or death nature. The Sultan did give you, to assist you on your quest, 3 potions of rest, which essentially have the effects of a long rest administered in the same time as a short rest. 3 of those potions, which can be utilized. Upon your apparition within this space in the mountain, a red glow fills the surrounding area with white and purple and blue and green light from the storm which rages all around, kind of reflecting off of the stones through the various openings that kind of meander their way towards you from the outer places of the mountain. As you were beginning to explore your immediate vicinity, you were attacked by creatures that looked like they were living stone, massive tendril arms that lashed out at you and tried to pull you into their gaping mouths that sought to swallow you whole. You all took care of these creatures, which were identified by you as ropers, as well as the other creatures that attacked you, which were hook horrors, massive, almost bird-like beaks and bodies, but instead of wings, they had these unnatural hooks that they sought to just pull the flesh from your bones and devour. You were able to...
Nice gens.
You were able to withstand the wave of hook horrors and ropers, and now there is a calm that meets you as you evaluate the various exits to this space that lie before you. Almost in every cardinal direction and in the spaces between the cardinal directions, which I'm sure there's a word for that, which I don't know.
I think they're Blue Jay directions.
Blue Jay, not cardinals,
thing.
as opposed to robins or
I just got the joke.
albatross.
Yeah, no, those are too big.
You're not old
I think they're albatross directions.
Sure.
I'm going to go with
Sparrow.
that. Sparrow directions.
I was like, that's a
Ibis.
funny name.
Ibis. So there are many ways, and they all have a odd kind of
Beak.
hollowness to them. Their bones hollow. They all have an odd slope, as if they're kind of moving upwards and outwards in terms of their trajectory.
But now,
So
Okay.
Upwards, onwards,
there is a calm and a stillness. You are all together, not apparently under immediate threat, and you can proceed how you will.
Was I hit last
Yeah.
episode?
I don't remember. I would like to do a
'Cause
medicine
I'm at
check.
115 of.
Then yes, I hit
Okay,
you.
I didn't know if I forgot to do something.
No, what I played your character
Pretty bad.
and Ray's character, I believe, but I don't know
She's
that.
at full health.
I don't think Ray was hit.
say I'm at full health.
But you did.
She was grappled.
and
but-
nor did I use a rage for you either.
Oh, thank you.
He tried.
I'm also missing 6 spells. What did you
6?
do? Just start firing off? Yeah.
No, there were no spells cast.
I know.
I'm also level
We
4.
rested. How did you?
I don't know.
He's
Whatever.
Okay.
he's just joshing.
I'm just gonna die first.
I believe it.
Suicide is
Except
not
I
allowed.
just got Bless and Emboldening Bonded removed from my opportunities from now on again.
Why? What'd you do?
In
I
real
said
life.
one thing.
What did
okay.
Steve do?
He said tonight's a good night to kill Carissa. Not Celine, by the way.
No, Carissa.
Me.
Absolutely.
She didn't bring candy.
100%.
So
Snacks.
Oh yeah,
She didn't bring candy.
I'm on board.
Exactly, right? It's a good reason.
Kill
try
her
it.
off
I've got
so
little
she can
dagger
get
earrings
snacks.
So
DoorDash.
Yes.
Sorry, we're hungry apparently.
yes, the rats are going to do what? I know what you all are thinking about.
the rats are going to
You
order a
want sugar.
pizza to the
What are
Netherrealm
the
now.
rats going to do?
DoorDash ourselves today.
What if we hitch a ride?
Can Ray listen down like some of the corridors to see if she hears any scurrying or anything and see if there's the best one to go down?
Please roll a perception check.
Ah, I was hoping it'd be survival. Darn.
Yes, turbo Hawaiian shirt, and this is
11.
in fact my homage to 4th of July because it is red and white and my shorts are blue.
And Hawaiian?
I'm
Mahalo.
very
Red, white, and Hawaiian.
mahalo Independence Day.
11.
11, you hear the raging winds all around you. And it is almost disorienting as it whips through the openings in the rocks. It's hard to get a sense of direction or any sort of sound other than the whipping storm which is about. You can certainly proceed down any of the hallways, but there is a lack of clarity kind of just standing in this cavernous space and trying to get
Well,
direction.
I think we should probably try to get out of here. I'm
Yeah.
a little nervous though. This is like my whole life. And I'm kind of like, you know when you have an important thing to do and you're just like kind of like you almost dread it but you almost want it to get it over with but you're also like really excited for it and like all these feelings that are feeling up and it's just I'm scared.
Yeah, we're in the end game now, so if I had to put the time frame on it.
I would agree. Should we go? I like northeast.
Which way looks least dangerous?
Northeast.
I don't know. I just picked a random one.
Don't you have
Since they all
that
look the
spell you
same.
can do to commune with the god that
We
we've
have
used
to
before?
pick a specific route
You just
and
did.
then
Northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to do what is it?
Augury or
Clairvoyance?
something?
Augury.
Once per day, this would be your use.
Are you sure there's not going to be more important?
He's like, you
here's
needed
my
that
guess, right?
6 sessions from now, but
We
sure.
have to go that way, just pointing
Right, and
cardinal
all-
direction north.
All directions go slightly up, so
Yeah.
maybe.
That's true. Maybe we just hold on
Honestly,
to
I
it.
don't know if it'll
ma-
matter.
Yeah, maybe we don't use it on this one.
Yeah, I feel like there'll be a more important decision.
You know, if we run in the ogre mock here, I could ask him. Me and him are tight. I haven't had to use that yet.
Oh, can you talk to the rocks and see which one would be
I
the best
am a
direction?
rock whisperer.
Yeah.
Rock lobster.
Rock lobster.
You
See if
You
there's
were a dwarf for a
the
moment.
rocks will cave on us.
It's a good idea. All right.
Make sure the structural integrity of the
I'm
cave
gonna go
is
walk
good.
up, and you see him like
Spit on your hands first.
you see him approach a couple of these walls, like get right nose on it. No, not that one. And he walks 10 feet over.
You have to be careful. The rocks are what attacked us when we got here.
I'm okay. I can smell it. This one's too limestoney. Nope. Next. And he goes on to another one. A nice iron vein in this one. Yes. This is the one I'll talk to.
Tell me when you get to the lemon stone.
Ogremak.
Roll.
You hear the Skype dial
Haven't really
tone?
done this one before. Bing, 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 bing.
Roll perception
Ringing
with
rocks.
advantage as you try to read the stone.
Is Ogremok's voice Bob Marley?
I hope so.
Can it be?
Perception.
I don't know why I want it to be.
Perception with advantage.
Yeah, man.
Around
Okay.
this Jamaican
23.
accent
Jamaican.
thing.
Yeah.
3.
Instant text.
You feel the stone, and it feels sad,
Aww.
as if it is hoping to be freed of its bondage to the Netherial magic.
That doesn't really help me, Ogremak.
If we accomplished anything this
down.
episode, we just found out that rocks can get depressed, so you're not alone.
Even the rocks seem to cry out in longing for an end to their
brokenness.
bondage.
This present darkness. Got it. Okay. All right. Good news, bad news. Good news.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a response from the rock.
Hey,
I shit you not.
that's crazy.
Bad news. It's depressed.
Oh no!
Ray just pats it. It's okay.
It's a good rock, yeah. I've called this one Ferris, and I think we should go this way.
Okay.
Thank you, Ferris.
Which way is this way?
Northeast.
Sounds good.
All of that.
I love it. That's perfect.
Got it.
You move northeast
Confidently.
confidently,
Yeah.
stridently.
Oh, and let's remember to be thankful and appreciative of our rock brethrens around us.
Ferris, you rock.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Don't roll.
Also, this was the direction from which the hook horrors came.
Perfect.
And as you move forward, you
Yes,
do see
We were just a little disoriented.
you do see a odd makeshift nest of sorts, now empty, and it looks just to be the remains of several avian type creatures that could have flown up here and be found to be a meal, as well as
So homey. I
Company's like an Airbnb here of all places.
Location.
Put this on Verbo.
and in addition to some of the avian bones, you also see bones of larger creatures.
Excellent. We like that.
You can inspect them further if you wish, but more interestingly, as you've traveled maybe about 100 feet down the path, around some bends and turns, you do see what looks to be kind of light peering through in a very brisk and clear sense, as if there's an opening kind of around the bend. You proceed to the opening, and you do have a literal opening to the outside as the pathway ends, and you are greeted with perhaps the most Ray, you've been on the tops of mountains and you've seen tremendous views. This view, as terrifying as it is, because it gives a view of the storm, is also breathtaking as you see the desert stretch before you, and you see in its terrifying nature, there's a beauty to it still in the colors that are on display and the magnitude of the power that is being released. And you see that there's a kind of a strange shape to the storm. There's this outer ring to it all. Off in the distance, all manner of colors that are manifesting and roiling together as the clouds all are just infused with this arcane energy. And there's almost like think of it like a reverse nuclear kind of plume, right? The mushroom cloud, where there is the plume kind of goes out beneath where you are, and it all kind of comes back in up through where your mountain, your Netheril city is, as if that is the epicenter, and it is emanating out from the mountain. And so as you look down, it is just streams of energy and these clouds which kind of go down and go forth, almost as if it's blanketing the ground. And through the flashes of light and the expanse of power, you do see the desert, but it's as if it's like going out and just kind of like covering the land as it goes in this cleansing storm, so to speak, as it is just destroying all of the land. And through the gaps in the storm, you do see destruction beneath the cloud. As you try to look up, the curvature of the mountain above you expands outward, so you don't really have a view up, but you do have a view down to this massive expansive storm that is there, and that is what you all see. Just that's what you see. You can certainly make any other insights, perceptions, etc. that you wish to, or check out anything further.
How could the cloud giants just do this much destruction? I know they're evil, but this is really evil.
Yeah,
It seems like they want to remake the world.
but why? It's not like they had a bad go of it in their ordering and whatnot.
No, they were. We were the highest, of course.
I get it, but like, they weren't on the bottom.
No, they were second, I believe.
Huh.
Second place is also
The first loser.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should call them that when we see them. Just
Oh, I've got a bunch geared up here.
yeah. Perfect.
How high up are we?
Ray spits over the side. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
You're gonna hear that hit the ground?
No.
She loses it in about 2 seconds.
Actually, as you asked that question and you kind of look down, the Sultan told you it was maybe about a mile above the ground. You roll survival.
You got it. Come on, Ranger.
It's actually 1.1 miles, and you now doubt Sultan's intelligence.
If you roll a 1, you
37 kilometers.
trip and fall 1 mile down. to
Oh,
the ground.
man.
11.
Oh, nice.
You
the
think
worst
you're
ranger.
much higher than a mile,
I think we're much higher than the mile.
maybe multiple miles. And in fact, as you
Miles
catch your
in the
breath,
plural.
you realize that I'm actually a little short of breath without even trying.
Gotta take 2 to get 1,
And you get the sense that as the storm has spread out, the mountain has been rising
It's
up
a rocket.
to get even, in a sense, to get even more of a trajectory, projection, more of a projection on the cloud and a better trajectory of the view of everything that it is encompassing. As you look out, at least from this angle, with an 11, you get the sense that you're kind of looking in what would be towards the western Anarok. You're familiar enough with the Anarok to know how it is configured. You see some of the old mountain ranges which you ran trades through, and where some of the old ruins are that you raided previously. You look to the range where Everesca resides, which was, while you were never in Everesca, you know it was a normal destination of trade. And that mountain in particular looks like it's been obliterated.
Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, Killian.
It's a hill.
You look beyond and you see that this storm has spread well beyond Everesca.
Oh, my.
As if it's... You look at that, you think, is that Mount Hotnu? The mountain that is astride Baldur's Gate. I'm sorry, Neverwinter.
I was going to say, that's far.
The mountain that is astride Neverwinter.
Too? Holy criminy.
And as you look and you see Mount Hotnu is enveloped in the outer ring of the storm, and the city of Neverwinter itself is in ashes.
Too late.
Guys, I don't want to reiterate the severity of what we've got to do here, but it's a freaking wasteland. We don't have a choice. We have to win, otherwise everything's dead.
Ray has to survive
Looks
and
like
do
it already
whatever
is.
she's foretold.
There's got to be pockets still, but we can't take that risk. This is right. She has to live.
I hope I can live up to it.
You have no choice. You have to.
And it'll be great. You're right.
Why do we trust this prophecy anyway?
You have a better option?
No. Well,
That's why.
yes, actually. We could just leave.
You think this stops here?
I have no clue. I can't see anything that's living here.
This was a
Looks like we're
convergence.
already
This
too
was
late.
only one aspect of the convergence.
We know it doesn't stop here.
And we also know that whoever's doing this, the Cloud Giants, because they're doing this, they don't have any good designs on the rest of the world, so we have to stop them, even if they've succeeded this far.
And it's not even the cloud giants were the storm, but there was also the fire tornado, and like all the planes are under attack. So if we stop this, hopefully we could stop the other things from happening to the other planes.
Yeah.
If
There's
they are
nowhere to
linked,
run from this.
we definitely could.
Look at it. There's no going anywhere but forward
So we gotta go up.
or
Yeah.
upward.
That's right.
So we're at the edge. Can we see the edge?
Of glory.
No,
Like when
'cause
you
the-
look up, I know it's gonna be
Sounds
slanted
good.
out this way, but like,
it's
Slanted
more
the
than
other
that,
way.
It's like
What?
a bowl.
We're at the peak of the mountain.
The
so we
mountain's
just
upside
see
down.
We
the
just
rest of the
see-
mountain
right.
above
So
us.
when we look up, it goes this way.
No, it goes the other way.
When I'm on the
This
edge,
way.
right?
Yeah.
Up this way.
He's
This way.
This is the
Whoa.
cave. He's got.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So how far can we see the top, like the edge of
We
the
can't
top, or
see-
no?
I don't
Is
think
it too
so.
far?
You do not.
Okay.
So you were able to see a bit, but it quickly kind of like obscures your view of certainly the
very
you
top.
can kind of you look out and you see it goes out and up, but it looks
There's like a
very
bend.
yeah, it looks very well, like a mountain that's been flipped over. It
Mhm.
doesn't look like it's been built down so that there's structure on the outside of the mountain.
Do
I
we
was
see
just
anything in
wondering
the
if I could see the
airspace?
top.
Yeah, but
Anything-
you cannot see beyond the kind of the circumference of the outermost, and that obscures the top.
So what? You want
That's what-
to
exactly.
climb up the top?
Do we see anything flying in the airspace around this mountain?
That's a good question.
That was a good question.
You do not see anything flying in the airspace around the mountain.
All right.
Continue on, right?
Might be having a drink.
We have to.
Although I have one friend, Killian. He's dead now. But if he were here, we wouldn't be able to move him. He would just want to paint this whole thing.
Didn't you meet him in the when we were in
It
the
seems impractical.
carnival
He would want to try.
Who did I
He-
meet?
Loves
in
painting.
the painting?
Celine takes
Oh, no,
The
that's
dagger
Killian,
out
never
of
mind.
her
You said
belt.
Knick-knack.
Yeah.
and while they're talking is going to scratch into the rock wall. Rats. We're here.
You're welcome.
You don't even say the rats were here.
Rats
Rats were
were
here.
here. Ding, 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 ding. That's the dots
You
to
know
make
what's
it in
the
that
crazy
room.
thing? If we win,
It's upside
It
down.
gets flipped over.
That's my hope. My hope is that historians from
Zero.
years from now will be like, what did these markings mean? Because I didn't flip it.
But also, if we get lost, it's helpful to
I
know.
guess that's true too. All right.
All right, let's continue
Let's
on, right?
move. And we're all giving our lives for Ray.
Are there ladders on the side of this mountain, or are we like
Not-
digging up?
Roll perception.
Yeah, I want to look.
Can I
Oh,
roll
while we're doing this, I'm gonna cast.
You should, because I have disadvantage on everything. So
while we are
was not
doing
just laugh.
this, I'm gonna cast Death Ward.
16 only.
perception 26.
So you don't see any ladders, though you think you may see some other openings.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell because of the
Yeah.
dimensionality to it. But with a 26, you also
I rolled a 17 and 18.
think that you see movement now of something in flight around the space.
Okay, so there's something.
You know they would have dragons.
But it is
Get back in.
Well, we know Yanni's
odd
looking
because it's
for them.
almost like you don't see it with your eyes. You almost sense the arcane magic at work
Uh-oh.
of illusory magic,
Nice.
i.e., invisibility magic.
So my 16 doesn't get me. I don't go that far out anyway.
It's as if
someone can
there's
see invisible.
there are
Me.
things
Oh.
there. Yeah, you get 60 feet, right? There are things that are there that you can't see and are you don't want to know. You don't know what they are, but you don't want to test that theory.
No, I'm getting back in the shadow. Backing up.
Yep.
Under
You
the
tell me
mountain.
what
So this was the end of the path. This is.
Hey,
where
I
it took
think
us.
Let's go back
Maybe
to
we
the
I think the
try a
northeast was
different way.
probably the wrong direction. So, however, I have no insight as to which direction would be correct. So,
northwest or southwest.
sounds good to me.
Connection
the exact opposite.
is unstable right now.
I cast Death Ward on Ray.
You did. You cast Death Ward on Ray, which means that if you get knocked down to 0 hit points, you automatically come back with 1.
Oh. So how does that work with my?
Oh, do you have a thing now that
I
basically
do.
does that?
I do.
She's a barbarian, yeah.
Features and traits.
That's right.
They have different names, so they both work.
If your rage ends early and you're knocked unconscious, or your turn ends and you have an attack. Oh, sorry, no, wrong thing.
We got like 30 words in before
Alright.
we're like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, if you drop to 0 hit points while you're raging and don't die, I make a DC con save, and if I succeed, I drop to 1 hit point instead. Would I run out of that, and then if I fail, the death
if you
ward
fail
comes?
that and you
Okay.
go to 0, then the Death Ward would kick in.
Because it just increases by 5 every time. So
Correct.
then,
I
okay, so I would use that until, and then the
Good,
death ward.
good.
Okay.
Oh, I
I'm fine
picked
with that.
straight north. That's what I just rolled.
All right.
I'll try to be worthy.
when we walk back over the hook horn
No,
nest.
I will be worthy.
Yes, that's the attitude. When we walk back
Think
over the
purple.
hook horn nest, do we notice anything like treasures that they might have collected or that would have
Anything that
remains?
could help us in our future endeavors of climbing.
Nope.
Can we get some gold before the end, Matt? we find
Nope.
20 gold pieces.
You see dead creatures. Doesn't look like there was any.
What kind of dead creatures? You said there were
Roll
larger
medicine.
ones.
Larger bones.
I'm gonna see what they were feasting on.
Uman.
6.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they were giants?
There's some like large armor plates of something, but
Mm.
you have no idea what. They've been
Bone plates.
bitten and broken.
That
and
looks like a dragon scale. If I had to guess.
Could be.
Well, we know Yanni's working for them, right?
Do we? Who's Yanni?
He
I
was
don't know Yanni.
one that I was told to save. Oh,
Oh.
yeah, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
the
know
red
him.
dragon with him. I
He
presume we're
did.
walking and talking at this
Oh,
point, southwest.
Yeah, I made fun of his dragon.
You
and
have
he
a lock of his blood.
his
or
hair.
his hair.
yeah, his
Lock
long
of
hair.
Lock of blood wouldn't work. yeah.
That's creepy.
It's
Weird.
ice. Ice blood.
All right, let's go north, young men.
So you reach the central chamber once more and pick the northern route, which you go to. It does seem longer and does go more vertical. as you traverse.
That's good.
You go along several hundred feet to the point where you're almost pseudo climbing as you begin to go.
Good thing we're all in shape.
Uh-oh.
So you see someone going like the drug addict in the back.
Good thing I have those pittons.
You reach.
Both of these people are spinning on their screens currently.
Yeah.
Yep, the internet is.
Oh, I thought you meant our characters. I'm like, we're not that weak.
Internet is unstable,
okay.
unfortunately. So if
'cause you'd be on your
you
phone.
guys are watching the stream, you're going to want to put your settings to
I'm paused.
the lowest quality.
I'll just exit
That
out of
will
it.
assist, perhaps.
More
Keep your
there,
chat up, but the stream can go to the lowest quality in terms of the video. Anywho, you reach after maybe a half a mile-ish of progress. You reach kind of this weird, not a plateau, but like a cave opening that you come to that opens up to like a what can only be described as like a central shaft of airflow. And I don't know who's in the I don't know who's in the front and who's in the back.
I'm in the middle.
I'm leading the way
Okay, so you are at the tip of the
That's good.
opening.
of the shaft.
Oh goodness gracious!
We held it together for like remarkably 10 seconds, but then Jake broke it.
You emerge into the crevasse.
Wow. This is a situation.
And what you see below you is an opening into the storm,
The storm is pouring out.
as if it
Oh my
where it's
God.
pouring out. And there is almost like this weird arcane energy mixed with bits and pieces of the mountain itself, which are not necessarily being flung out, but they're just kind of like hovering in this weird slow spin, as if the magic that keeps them levitated is being pushed against the magic that is expelling out the storm. So there's this like weird interplay of very powerful magical energy which is at work. And as you kind of look out at this, you do see that there are like there is a pathway upward with outcroppings that could potentially be crawled to or flown to, depending on what resources you're using. And as you look up, it goes up as as far as you can see, as a vertical
Shaft.
yes, vertical shaft leading upwards.
It's an air estuary.
Yes, an air estuary,
An open column.
a column
Columns.
of vacuous space,
A
Up which-
natural veggie stick.
up which a rock veggie stick, yeah, hollow,
Yeah.
that you can climb up through.
The inverse veggie stick. Yeah.
Oh, veggie
um,
sticks are hollow.
And so,
You had a veggie stick.
can you hit the map scene, please? I
Are you
forgot to
fighting
read.
about veggie
Straws?
sticks
Veggie
right
straws, that's it.
Oh, veggie straws.
sticks. Veggie sticks.
Should be on the
We
bottom
get
left.
GMO veggie sticks.
We're all thinking about
Yep.
snacks because
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
one of these weeks
Clean
I'll
out
bring
everything.
something.
Unbelievable. Yeah, one of these weeks I'll bring
Carrots.
something.
Probably baby
So,
carrots.
okay,
Never brought
so what
them.
you see before you is on the screen here.
'Cause you're the best at it.
And you have emerged. You are kind of,
Creepy.
whoever was at the front, we said Hasheen.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're kind of there, Hasheen.
What? Why aren't we putting the blind paladin in the front? Bye.
He's like, looks good to me. He takes a step. I found a shortcut. Shows up in the final battle by landing on the BBG.
That could be amazing.
Glad I
Yeah.
called that guy.
Was that a Billy Banison reference?
Yeah, it was.
My children have taken my pointers. Probably to play with their cats. Okay. So you emerge here at the northern portion of this map, and you look down into the vacuous space with the energy kind of being expelled downward, and these stones which remain in this hovering formation that are, and those stones, by the way, are kind of like all the way up
Okay.
in this energy.
Right.
They're hovering, but there's also this energy that is exploding downwards.
This is kind of like a Mario jumping.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. And so you see, like, across the way, there's a platform that is maybe, you estimate, maybe 30 feet up, and enough for one or two of you to kind of stand on. And then above that, another maybe 100 feet up. So this view is very much kind of a top-down through the shaft view. And so this map, unfortunately, makes it look like this figure here is the same height, right? But if we were able to give it perspective, you would be much smaller down here and much larger up here. If that kind of gives you,
Yep.
Yeah.
if you can conceive of it
And
that
we want
way.
to go up.
So
not-
you want, yeah, correct. Well, I mean, you could go down. If you fall, you would go down.
Everyone, our next campaign starts next week.
We at this, so where we are in that outcropping, can we feel the forces, the magical forces on us, acting on us, or not yet?
You
Like
are
a
not
waterfall?
within the stream of energy.
Okay.
You are outside of it.
I would say don't touch it.
Right, but if we're supposed to climb up this thing, then how do we not?
Well, maybe it's timing it. So when there's an updraft, you get in there and you fly up and you try to get over, and then there's a downdraft. And
Maybe,
you wanna
but
be
do
on
we
the
see any
side.
rocks moving in that way?
Well, rocks typically don't move. I don't know if I have to tell you that.
But they don't float either.
Yeah, it's true. All of this is fakakta.
And they're not depressed
These
either,
rocks,
typically.
these rocks feel confused.
Confused.
Now
They
the
don't
rocks
know
have
what they
emotions.
want.
Why weren't you talking
But-
to rocks
but
this
you
whole
know-
campaign? It would have been awesome.
Well, because before they were quizzing me on tree branches,
Yep.
and we were in the Cinder Waste, so we're no rocks. Here we are now, Rock City.
It's time.
So, given what
But
what Anthony presumably shared about illusory magic,
he didn't share anything.
given what a good version of Anthony shared about illusory magic, if I activate the Eldritch Sight for detect magic,
Nice.
the first thing I'd want to see is if I can detect any sort of magic around these apparent outcroppings.
You feel like your eyes were blinded.
Okay, so I go like this,
Yeah.
and then I open my eyes and there's just tears streaming down, and I go,
Because of
Right.
the immense arcane energy that is just pouring down in front
what
of you,
type? What
it
school?
completely overwhelms evocation.
All the schools.
All of its evocation?
Well, didn't we learn that the Netherese could do like a crazy high spell that no one else can do that we've
Yeah.
never heard of?
Oh
Like a
yeah,
10th
that was
level.
Karsus.
Yeah.
Karsus
Karsus'
got
folly.
So
the,
I'd assume that
the
dispel
level 12
magic
spells.
isn't gonna work on this because we can't
No.
can't do it high enough.
No.
This is probably a level 12, a bunch of level 12 spells.
You've been told, and Ray, you've been told this, and you've shared it with the group,
Superpowered.
and it has been referenced at various times throughout the campaign that a mote of creation has been used
Oh,
to
Koza's ire,
empower
right?
the storm,
That's right.
referred to as Koza's ire.
Right. What was the other name for
You
that?
also know that Koza is another name for the god of storms,
Oh, that jerk.
Talos, who is the evil god of storms, who is an opponent of Anam.
Right.
And that you storm giants reject because he is an evil entity who
In your eyes.
opposes
In
Anam.
your eyes.
So Koza's ire
Light and heat.
is this mote that apparently this divine creature was able to leave in the midst of the material plane, and the cloud giants obtain and are using it to power the storm.
Wait a second.
Evil cloud giants.
Nice.
If a mote of creation was used to do this, we have like 4 of them.
We can combine them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like maybe we
Well-
can undo.
We have 3 full ones, and then like a half a one,
Right. 3.5 is better than 1.
right?
You most of the time.
So let's see. We have a shadow.
Yep.
That wouldn't really counteract storm. Water, not
Ice.
strong enough, really, because that one's only the partial one.
That's true.
And then we have time and space.
We could undo all this.
You think that's possible?
No, that'd be silly.
That would be crazy.
It's such an easy way out of this.
And we have passion.
Hasheen falls into the storm.
I feel
Well,
like we
that
need
is
to
in
make it
fact what
up.
the Sultan suggested would be necessary to you, Ray.
Oh, was it? I missed that conversation.
Yes.
Sorry.
Don't worry, I was you.
Passion?
Yes, Ray and Hasheen both were absent for that.
Yeah.
Well, you were present, but the actors were absent.
Yes.
That's why we don't remember any of that. Aha!
So we're undoing it. Time and space.
All right, fair enough. That makes sense.
Should we combine the moats so we don't lose them?
On one person? Or like together?
Should we
I was
wait till we
thinking
get
on
to
one person.
top?
Because if someone falls and dies, then we lose that moat forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
what
if
if that
one
person's the
person
one that
falls
has all
and
of
dies,
them?
then we lose all of them?
Well, if that one person falls and can fly,
Right. I was not to sound prideful, but
Go ahead. You want everything.
well,
The only moat you don't presently possess is the
Is
moat of shadow.
Koza's ire.
You also don't have the moat finder,
They aren't Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
which is the ring.
it's a metal detector. Right now it's just going
Celine.
beep, beep.
Her Japanese
Actually, wait
picture
up. Wait up on
reminded
that.
me of.
yeah.
Gotta
Is
catch
there a
'em all.
way to triangulate it against the one we know we want to see?
oh, Kozo's ire? You
Yeah.
think you could point us to it?
Like the most
Try.
direct path?
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't.
dang!
the
You have
last
this.
time,
Better
You have
not
this
say
sweet
up.
item.
the last time we did this though, that it only glue. It only glowed in the direct presence of a moat. But I'll try it. I'll see if I can connect to it.
Oh, maybe you just
Roll
didn't
We
roll
are
high
in the
enough.
direct presence.
Roll an
of-
Arcana check.
Yeah, maybe you just didn't roll high enough last time.
Anthony is assisting you as you have allowed him to inspect the ring before, and
the ring thing.
he kind of helps you try to
Yeah, grab your arm and start
Dial
pointing
in.
in different directions.
Come on, crit.
Like a water divining rod?
15.
15. As
Yep.
you focus and concentrate on the name Koza's Ire, the dragon, because it's a dragon ring, right? And there's kind of the center gemstone, which is in the place of its eye. The eye, which is typically kind of like forward looking on the ring, as if it is looking kind of where your finger is pointing. The gemstone turns, and what would be like the pupil of the eye, it turns as if it's looking up,
Straight up.
straight up.
Nice.
So I guess keep climbing.
Okay. Yes. How?
Do you want me
Should
to
we-
fly, you guys?
I
So
don't know if
wanna
I want to go in here.
Do we
I
know
don't
how,
know if
how
I'm-
high this is?
You can't see the
Top.
but you do get the sense that it is.
It's either that or climb.
Is this
But
like
can we see the
casting
edge
shadow?
of the top?
You can see different outcroppings. You don't know which of them
Can
Gotcha.
would
Ray?
like you. The highest outcropping you see is this one here, which looks maybe 300 feet up.
Can
But
Ray?
the highest point we can see is a pinpoint. Like we can't see any opening at the
Correct.
So you're saying if I can get a familiar up there,
Unseen
to see up there, at the top, I can use teleport to take all of us to the very top and bypass all of your plans.
Hypothetically, yes.
Okay, good.
Can Ray find a loose pebble
I was going to do the same thing
and throw it in, see what direction it goes?
Okay.
Blows
yeah,
up.
probably.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Does it implode? Does it float? Does it skyrocket up?
So
Does
which
it
one of these
drop?
rocks that you're friends with are you sacrificing? for this?
Limestone. Limey.
Good choice. Good choice.
You throw the rock in, and it immediately gets surrounded by energy and gets shot downward. and before it disappears from your view, it just swoosh, explodes outward.
So I think we didn't just jump.
I think we should go back and find a new direction.
That sounds like
and
probably a good idea.
maybe
Okay.
stairs
Okay.
or
Okay.
One last
something.
question.
Yeah. Maybe
Is
there's
this
a-
thing casting bright light and hence creating pockets of shadow?
It does have pockets of shadow in
you-
various crevices within the.
Pockets of
Crevasse.
shadow.
The shadow crevasse.
Do you think there's any chance you could connect to your mode? Possibly we could step through shadow here
Oh
to do-
snap!
What exactly?
to get past the cone.
Go from
to a
shadow
point.
to shadow.
Because if a shadow
Cacophony knows she could do that.
Oh, fair. Can you take anyone with you?
I've never tried.
This is not the time to try.
no,
Nope.
that's right.
All right. So we know northeast. There's a invisible dragon, or something. We know
Yeesh.
north is this hellscape. I say we try northwest.
All right, we'll go around.
How about
go around
north-
the directions.
Northwest.
And wait, there's
North by northwest.
the only way potential is through the stream. We don't see any like
you could-
hidden
you could-
stairs or
So the stream does not fill the space.
right.
Right? It's down kind of the center of the space.
Can we climb around?
You could
Yeah.
climb
Oh,
around, yes.
Why don't we just climb around versus?
She says,
backtracking?
like, have you seen him? You see his legs? He's gonna be all upper body for 300 feet.
Well, I think regardless, we're gonna have to climb
I think we're-
vertically.
Maybe.
So why would we backtrack?
Maybe
My legs
there's a back
dangle the
door.
whole time.
Or a path that
I
just
doubt
leads up.
it.
Like maybe they're really
Okay.
thoughtful. Because all right, so let's think of this another way.
Uh huh.
This was originally inverted.
Uh huh.
Trail or
Flip the
Top
pancake.
Gun,
How
right?
far across is the shaft?
Maybe there was
Um,
exterior stairs.
But isn't there a dragon exteriorly?
Only in the northeast.
I
He
think
doesn't fly
I
or
don't think we
anything.
saw what it was.
I think at the
exactly.
very least it would be smart of us to see what each passage at least
Somewhere
leads to.
between 30 and 70 feet, depending on how it
Cool. Cool.
moves.
Do you think we could convince your Jabberwock to fly us up to the top?
Yeah, let's just wait for it like
How
2
do I-
days.
I don't know if I can call it back, right? Doesn't it just show up?
It shows up
when it
in the
feels
shaft
like
and
it
gets
wants
immediately.
revenge?
You have the Jabberwock's soul in your possession. At least that's what you understand. You haven't used it.
Yeah, you sucked it into your hand,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
This thing's like a beta fish in a little fishbowl, just bopping around. Nothing to do. I do think it would at least be smart of us to see what the other directions lead to before we commit to one.
I mean,
I think climbing up a never-ending shaft that's basically
Sounds like how we
a
die.
rock. This would be a heck of a skill challenge.
With instant death
Okay.
behind
And
me.
we
Northwest.
also don't know what we're gonna meet.
Wait,
at
how
the
far-
top,
we-
assuming we get there.
Yeah, true.
We do know that we need to get up there.
I
though.
mean, here's the deal. We can't test them all, right?
True.
Like we've got to take the first one that looks the most reasonable. So far, invisible magical flying thing doesn't seem reasonable.
Plus, there was no way forward.
Death Star beam doesn't seem reasonable yet. Who knows what's in the northwest? This might be the most reasonable one, but we can't spend all day here.
Correct.
Okay.
So I say we go one more. We have 3 choices, and then we move. We pick from
Right.
there.
We have
Otherwise, we'll be here for another session.
Let's go.
I think that since we have arrived at where the map shows things that we are at, this was actually the right choice.
That's kind of what my logic is too. I'm not gonna lie.
That's meta.
You meta
know.
freaks!
I know.
Theater of the
Hard on
mind!
him.
Woo!
Fine, I guess we
Not,
crawl.
not making it hard.
South?
I have various scenarios prepared.
I mean, I can see 3 maps underneath
Hey.
the table.
That's
Fine.
like, I
I mean,
prepared all your wrong choices. I think we go
So we
back.
climb.
I guess
Were there
we
any
climb.
turns?
Here's,
any
roll-
paths we could take?
As you've perceived, not on this particular, the northern shaft that you took,
'Kay.
or the northern exit that you took. As you perceive, it looks like there are other openings along the way as you look up, so you don't know where those go to or where they come from. You also don't. Well, Has anyone rolled perception to see if they could see the top? I don't even know.
We
Not-
asked.
Not since we've been in
Okay,
here.
so
no.
please roll perception as you look up.
Perceive. All of us.
We looking.
14.
I think we're
So
all
that's
looking.
good.
High.
28.
Come on,
Me.
Crip.
22.
That's good, but the problem is you only see 60 feet.
Oh, that sucks.
Period. That's right.
That's right. So you see with great
17.
clarity.
I rolled an 8, so
17.
60 feet's a good, like, if I know the way to go 60 feet up, that's probably a good thing.
So there are no invisible things in this space within
good.
60 feet of you.
Mhm.
That's good. And you see clearly up to the southern cropping.
Do I see a way to easily get there?
You think there is a way to crawl along the wall that's out of the way of the to get there. You get the sense that this is the quickest way to ascend. It has danger associated with it because of
Not
the.
one danger.
There could be other ways to ascend that take you through different pathways.
Monsters.
Who did anyone roll above a 20?
22.
17.
Okay. You do see that after about 300 or so feet, the opening narrows, and it is just the beam of energy coming through.
Oh.
As in, we can't go up
Right, all the way.
past that. That's why we can't
Crawl and
see
go.
to the top. So if you would choose to try to get up this way, the farthest you could get is to this topmost
The
outcropping.
300 foot above one.
does it
Correct.
look like there's any caves or like hallways that lead into that? I rolled an 8, so I don't know.
You don't see that.
Anything,
You two
but-
think you see some sort of hallway coming from here. Some sort of hallway, like the very top of it, you barely kind of see, and you cannot see above the outcropping here.
All right.
So maybe there's a way
Unless we do the familiar and then a teleport way.
I don't. All right.
You want to check it?
How much,
I can send you up there.
how much rope we have?
How far can you
I got
cast familiar?
pittance. We have rope.
The dimension
we could
door
at
is
least,
500 feet, so
No, you're familiar?
Like,
Sorry,
well,
keep going.
if you want to wait around 10 minutes, I could get a familiar, but it'd probably get absorbed by this beam of.
It's what I'm thinking.
Death
I mean, they
ray
could
here,
fly
so-
around it though.
Yeah, they're not that smart. Remember,
you
I had
don't
a
control
badger.
it?
I had a badger.
Celine, you also know you can fly,
In fact, my wild.
as can Ray for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'd rather save the spell. Get to work.
Well, my thought, I may have to do more flying considering we're on a flying
I
mountain.
think that's
Listen, I have 30 pittance and I have 100 feet of rope. We tie it. We do this the old-fashioned way. We used to do this in the Anorak all the time. You tie, you belay, you tie off, you go, and you keep moving up.
I think those who can't fly go first so that those who can fly at the bottom have a chance to catch them.
And we are
Either
all.
that, or I could get to the first one and then use the rope and help pull. So I help pull someone up.
That could work too.
I didn't
I actually
bring
I'm
my.
like
pretty
that
strong.
because then you can go and make sure that there's nothing hiding
I
Yeah.
didn't,
there.
Could
I'm
be
a good
you.
climber.
I didn't bring
I
my
can also-
carabiner though.
I did.
I don't
Oh,
carry an
good. Always
adventurer's
prepared.
pack.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. All right. So,
I can fly 30 feet.
Actually,
Wait, does anybody have
I always carry
Featherfall?
a carabiner. Actually,
Do you know Featherfall?
me?
No, not you.
No.
Cacophony. I swear I remember somebody cast
she
Featherfall.
does have
at some point.
feathers.
I know it, but I didn't prepare it for
No, you
today.
JB
didn't.
used to have it, I think.
Why would you on a
think you're
floating
thinking
mountain
of
map? That would
Hugo.
be so useless.
Hugo
Okay.
had Featherfall.
Who has more rope?
Shut up! We weren't in a mountain moments ago, all right? It's not like I just woke up here.
At least you can Misty Step out of it.
Who has more rope? I have 100 feet.
Pass mine
I
over.
don't think
Misty
I have
step.
any
How's
rope.
that?
We all have adventurers
I
packs.
have
We
an
all have
adventure
rope. I
pack,
pass
so
rope
I would
over.
assume I have some.
All right.
You all have
I
at least
started my
50 feet
character
of rope.
wrong, I think.
Ping, ping,
Everyone?
I don't have a pack.
Tie.
I
All
was
right.
thinking about making something cool with my magic. I
Okay.
want to use the wall of force to make a ramp around the outside, up to 100 feet of ramp.
I'd rather do the
Wouldn't that be cool?
teleport
Just walk,
spell.
just walk up.
It would.
Indiana Jones style.
Yeah.
Do you want to use that spell?
No, I don't.
I'd
Okay.
rather do the teleport
But I
spell
never
if
thought
I
of
had
doing
a
that
choice.
before, and I thought of it. I wanted to say it out loud.
So I'm gonna take my masonry tools
Hopefully.
and apologize to the rock wall.
Ooh.
And
Wham! Oh, that was my mother!
all right.
Do you want me to go first, and then I can help?
But I'm gonna tie this to this. Everyone, loop this around your waist. Blah 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 blah.
That's perfect.
All
Roll
right.
survival for
I'll help.
properly.
Thank you.
Can I roll it? Can you help me?
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay, you've
I am
you've
a-
been trained.
I
know
am the
how
black
to do
dot of
You're
survival.
proficient in survival.
I
I
know
am
how
the
to do
black
it.
dot
I
of
just
survival.
haven't done it. I've read the manual. I haven't done it in practice.
Molly, I'm so glad you started with us 6 years ago. Really am. Seriously. I'm not lying.
19.
19.
You've been my favorite.
You are
Aw.
pretty confident that
Except for
you have secured those knots well.
All right.
Noise.
Okay.
We're gonna. This is
I
our
have
base.
a lot of practice of climbing
I
mountains.
bet this is our base one. This is as far as we can fall, unless
the-
we get sucked into the hell beam.
Don't get sucked into beam. Gotcha.
Hell beam. I think it's important we call it what it is. A hell beam.
So I go first?
We
then I can help pull people up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's what I need you to do, though.
Yeah.
About every 10 to 15 feet, put a new one in.
Sounds good.
Go.
Go. I'm going.
Oh, wait. Here's like probably 5.
Okay.
Problem is she slams it in so hard there is no more pit and it's just part of the wall. Dang it, Ray. Is this gonna work, Matt?
Roll.
He hasn't told me yet.
I know.
Which one?
Who would have thought in the end game Pittons would make a comeback and be so important?
All right, who's going
Used them
first?
twice
Me.
now.
I
in
am
this
going
campaign.
first.
I
Right,
know, I
roll
remember.
your athletics with advantage.
Yeah, girl.
Ray, I'm following you.
21.
You traverse slowly, carefully, but surely over to the first outcropping.
I hate these sequences more than combat.
All right. You created a bunch of loops. I put that loop around me, my waist. I'm going next.
Okay. I'll help you
Yep.
kind of climb up and pull you up almost.
And I start kind of traversing towards the pittons you put in the wall. And you're also assisting me, I guess. Is that correct?
Pulling you up.
Do I have to roll?
Roll athletics with advantage.
Wow. I thought we were just gonna grab the pittons and swing from one to the next.
That's fun.
Oh my goodness.
18.
Okay. I thought you were gonna die.
That made me
You-
nervous.
Kind of stop around here because Ray is occupying the outcropping
I have to keep
and
going.
would need to continue up to make space.
Use a couple more.
She hung out.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Fine.
All right.
Goodbye, Anthony. You should have probably carried me up.
I was gonna say my athletics is a +0, so let's hope.
I also just got a
maybe
-2
I
to
can
my
argue for
Can
acrobatics, right?
Do you want to go ahead of me
Yeah.
so I can
I'll
help
just
everyone
have to
else up?
save myself.
Okay. So Hashim is gonna pass me.
Okay, sure. You're both athletic and acrobatic. You kind of make yourself
like to imagine you guys are
small,
moving off the ground.
which is a
Not
bit
for
of
a waste.
a change for you.
2 of them.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow!
And
And
you let
wasted
Hasheen
it.
get past.
Yeah.
Roll
What did you
another
do?
athletics.
odds.
There are no pittons ahead,
2
Yeah,
20s.
I have to put
so
'em in.
now you need to go roll straight athletics.
Episode title: In the Pits. Parentheses.
In the
in
In
The pecans, yeah.
yes.
22.
You make your way about 100 feet up,
Good God.
and while that's all happening, I presume you guys are going as well. So
Yeah.
who's going next?
You can fly, right? Because you always have your wings.
Yeah.
Okay. I can fly 30 feet, but
Oh,
I
you
don't
can
know if
fly up.
that's. Is that enough? I
What?
thought we were more than 30 feet.
We are.
No, the first one's
The
30.
first one's 30. then
30
the
feet
next
up,
one's
but
100.
it's straight across. You'd have to kind of go around to get
So it's
there to
further
avoid
than
the
that.
beam.
So. I can fly, but not really. So
Well, but you have Ray helping you with your
I'm
athletics.
pulling,
Right.
so
So maybe try climbing.
just
and
thinking
then
of
if you have
order.
to-
Like, should
Correct.
those two that have no flying
Probably.
whatsoever
Go
go
first.
next?
Probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, ready?
all right, I'm pulling you up though, so
Anthony's going next.
Straight.
Yeah.
it
So
would be
straight roll.
right because I'm helping.
Ooh, good, a 3. And +0. 3.
Okay, so
You just
you
trip off the ledge.
you start. You get about here, and your hand slips off of the rope. I need you to make another athletics check.
Can I
to,
reach out and?
Straight?
How far did he get? He rolled a 3.
He took one step and swam.
Go ahead and roll your athletics again.
Straight or
Oh, good.
Straight.
Crit fail. Very good.
Okay.
And nothing gets added to it.
Dimension
Okay.
door.
So
Misty step.
straight up
Can you just
one.
Misty
he
step to the
begins
top?
to
Misty step
fall.
back. Misty step back.
Who is anyone trying to react to
Yes,
do something?
I am.
What do you do?
I'm trying to just reach out and grab him.
He does have a 10-foot reach with his weapon, right?
That's
Can he?
true.
I'll say that with your spear or your
Halberd.
glaive,
Oh, glaive.
because you have the reach, you're able to try to kind of
Pierce him.
you're
Stab him before he hits the beam.
you try to pierce below him so he has
I got
another
you.
opportunity to grab on. So go ahead and roll. You need to roll your
Oh, boy.
just a to hit to your an attack roll.
Crit fail.
29.
Okay. Anthony, he puts it right in you, like right below your gut. You kind of like land on it. Poof. Just don't roll below a 5 with your athletics.
What a way to die.
I'm just kidding.
Is it cocked?
No, that was
A
not.
6.
It was, but it would have been good.
It would have been good.
All right, 8.
All right. You hold on to the glaive
He's stressing me out.
as
Maybe you
as
should
Manny has
misty
kind of
step.
thrown it
Can you
and
just imagine
impaled
what's in
it
my pantaloons
into
right now? Just giant wads of poop
into the
out of my
stone.
butt.
you hold on and you kind of
get
gin
sucked in.
Somewhere down below.
It's the perfect toilet.
Somebody gets an extra unpleasant dose before they die. Just a real
Auto
a
flush.
little cherry on top of the insult.
you've turned my arcane storm
He was
into
right on the
an
shaft,
outhouse.
We all walked into it.
Storm, yep.
This is now a shitstorm.
I don't know how we could have made it worse.
Up on the ledge. So he watches this go down like this.
Yep.
Why is he not tying the rope around his waist?
I do so.
You kind of stand back up along the stone and you're able to grab back on to the rope ladder that has been created and you continue forward.
Maybe you should Misty step up.
We have a lot of climbing to do.
Are other people gonna die?
Probably.
Hopefully not.
Let's find out.
He's got
Okay,
the
so
all the way
Misty
up
step
here.
like
He's
a
got
hundred.
the rope
Easy peasy.
tied. He's got the rope tied around him now. So
I
if he
pitted
falls,
the way.
the rope is anchored to
Do you think I got
Ray.
60?
And then me above.
And then her
Correct.
above, which
Do you
is
think I
why
have
you two are tied,
57%
Yes.
not the ones
chance?
behind.
Is that good
So
enough
Well,
of a
you
risk?
tie it around your
So
waist
does the next
when you
person
climb,
go, or does
so that
he
if somebody
continue?
I don't- have I made it?
has the lead. He has the lead rope. All the slack is being given to him, so he can go and keep.
Perhaps if we have a separate, smaller piece of rope, he could tie that rope around the rope.
I mean, I had 100 feet. I assumed we were tying it all together if we all had 50.
Well, what I mean is, you have your rope tied
Yep.
into the wall.
Yep.
He can tie another rope that he fastens to himself and that rope, so he can slide it along that
So,
rope.
Like I
so
need
here,
an
so here's the
illustration.
issue, right? You cannot. You have to have all the rope as the lead in order to keep
Right.
tying pittons all the way up because you're 100
Right.
feet up. It does not stretch back without all of them having been
Do we have a
tied,
separate small
having
piece
been
of
tied together. In order to put pittons in, because one person has to, because there's no room to reconfigure, get everyone over. That's why there's only one person that can.
What
be
if I
here.
throw it back to her?
Throw what back to her?
Throw my part of the...
Do we really
Oops.
only
So
have
then,
one rope?
then you're crawling free. You'd be free climbing and not anchored.
How far did I make it?
Or I let
Literally 10 feet.
I
Great.
let the
You're-
next person get
No,
up.
you're out there.
I
You're
throw the rope back and I vortex warp myself where Ray is. There.
There's
Why
not
wouldn't
room
you just
there.
go higher?
There's no room there yet.
what's
Oh.
the range on vortex warp?
90 feet.
Yeah,
Just
go
go
up.
all the way up to the top.
Can I
Yeah.
get up to the top one?
You cannot. That's about 300 feet above
Right.
Oh.
But this one,
you. This one's about 100 feet above you, but it's also at an angle, so it's
farther.
a little bit farther than 100 feet up.
And I can't see it.
So you need to make
You
it.
can
I
so
see
it's-
Ray, I
You
can
can
go
see
next
it.
to
You,
Ray.
you
Have
can
extra-
see it.
I'm
You just
now
know
like
that your
100
range
feet
is not.
ahead of everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe if you climb a little bit farther, then you
okay,
can
I'll
vortex
roll.
warp.
Come on, baby.
Actually,
Next pit tied around my waist. Ready?
I can distant cast his spell for him, right?
Does that work the
Is
same
it worth
way?
doing
Yeah,
that
it
right
matches
now,
my
though?
range.
It's not one of my sorcery points. It's from a stash.
The range
Okay.
is the distance.
Okay. Do you have to be able to
What
touch
does it-
him
What does it
to
do?
do that?
Does it add a mile to it?
Whatever your range
It
is,
doubles
you
it.
double it.
180 feet.
Oh, that's amazing.
When you cast a spell that has a range of 5 feet or greater, you can spend 1 sorcery point to double. Oh, sorry, you're asking about the sash. He has to be, I think, within like 60 feet of me, and I can see him.
What does I think mean?
I'm reading. That's what it means. Why don't you go get us some snacks? I only let you can see within 60 feet of you cast a spell while I'm
Okay,
wearing the
so
robe.
yes, you can apply this to him if you
That's
wish.
just 1 charge of that for distant.
Oh, so I'm at the top?
Can you take
So
anyone
you
with
could
you?
get
You
to
slackers.
You could get up to here.
I
Is
just
that what you
He's
do?
got disadvantage, and I don't want to have him keep making rolls. when I
Okay,
can't afford
you
to
cast Vortex Warp,
This is
and
a
you
second level
use
spell.
the
Sash.
sash
I
one
can
time.
literally, well, now I can't do it for
Can you
anybody.
take
at
anyone
the
else, though?
entrance, but I can
With
take Ray and
Vortex Warp?
Hasheen with me now. I could send you up 180 feet higher. Oh, is it only 1 spell cast?
Yeah.
90 feet high.
All right, so now that has happened,
Whew, thanks for saving me, bro.
as that happens,
Fine.
Oh, good. You're gonna 1v whatever's up here.
Oh, no.
you are face to face.
Yes.
It's one of those rock monsters.
He's like, go back down, go back down.
We
You-
made a terrible mistake.
You come
Whose
face
idea
to
was
face.
it to not go back
Look
and
at
just
it!
check the different routes?
That's what I asked for, but we listened to the men.
No, we didn't.
You come
Vortex
face to face
warped
with
back
a
into the-
roper,
into
which,
the
as you
beam.
appear, it immediately seeks to
Eat you.
entangle you with its tendrils and to pull you in. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Even the ones all the way down, like 300 feet away.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes? Oh. Ooh.
Don't you think
That
you should
is-
get a surprise round on this thing for just appearing right there in the middle of its living room?
Dude was watching us.
He was.
Actually, he was watching Hasheen. I paused things here because depending on, I was going to let 2 more of you go, and then he was going to attack Hasheen. But
Oh, I saved him.
No,
So you-
I did save him.
you saved Hasheen from being
Yeah.
snared and pulled into the roper.
Is this an earth elemental?
It is. I
roper.
don't
Even with the
know.
alert
Because
feed,
if
I have
so,
an 11 of initiative
I believe it's an aberration, but I'll confirm.
I have
because I rolled a 4.
advantage against them.
It is a monstrosity. It's not an elemental.
Monstrosity. Her name is Bartha.
Bertha.
Bartha.
All right. So, 25 to 30.
Not this time, bro. First time you call it out, I don't have it.
21 to 25.
24.
Okay, Anthony. Anyone
I
else?
would love it if you just worked back down.
All right. 16 to 20.
I'm gonna 1v1 this guy.
I'm right there with you.
I gotta get you up here. How close are you?
Oh my
I
goodness.
thought you were up next to me.
Look at that. Did you see what just happened? We're all after this.
11 to 15.
12.
11.
Can I kill it in one shot? No.
Celine. Cacophony.
10.
10.
I got a 10 too.
Okay.
So you're
That's okay. Get all the bad rolls out now, guys.
All right,
Get 'em all out
Anthony,
now.
you are face to face with this rock monster, kind of conical in shape, with its tendrils flared out, ready to ensnare you. Its massive mouth open with almost stalactite and stalagmite teeth, which are exposed, dripping with an acidic saliva as it seeks to engulf you in its maw. How do you respond?
No.
I can't do it. It has to be in a. It has to be
Oh, that's right.
standing or in liquid.
Oh, there's rocks in the beam.
I respond in.
Put it on a rock in the beam.
No, I think it's very specific. I can't just. Well, maybe I can. Yes,
That would be so funny.
oh, yes, I can.
Curse you.
Shitstorm.
Is there a? As I was climbing, are there any platforms below us that I had noticed?
Sure.
The one Ray's on.
There's the one Ray is on. That's the largest. There are also rocks that are floating in the stream.
Do it.
Delete.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll just vortex.
Kill him.
Warp. I'll try to
One
vortex warp them
shot done.
away. But, I mean, I vortex warp myself in. I'm like, yeah, I go, ah! And I do it right away, right again.
All right.
So my first thought is
So
backwards.
I need to do a
It's like
Save.
doing a U-turn on somebody's
Constitution
driveway.
save, unfortunate.
Oh boy.
That's a
I can't see
Crit
it.
That's
fail.
What is it?
It's a crit.
a success.
Oh, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna use all my resources before we get to the top. I'm gonna make him re-roll.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. See if I can roll that.
I like to.
2!
Boom!
Woo! Right next to it too. That
Ooh,
dice was
I did it
fighting
for
this.
you. I did it for you.
Thank
Did you?
All right. As
Yeah.
the roper goes to wrap its tendrils around you, you see this. You instinctively
That's a
just
cool spell.
shunt it
I love
behind you to a stone that you saw. It seems to resist at first, and you're like, no, 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 and you go through your not only your vortex warp, but your temporal shunt or shift, whatever it's called.
Chronal shift. Yep.
Chronal shift, thank you. And it appears in the stone, on the stone, in the beam. And you all watch
flies up.
as it just begins to melt away under the power of the arcane storm. And after about 18 seconds, so about 3 rounds that go by,
Oh,
it just
no.
is dissolved.
Wow.
How
Oh,
about
okay,
that?
so we won't die
Slow death.
instantly.
Second level slot.
Although we're probably much easier to be destroyed.
So, if any of you
nothing
want
to see here, everyone.
if anyone of you want to do maths,
18 seconds.
there was 18, so 3 rounds did more than 80 points of damage.
We could last a little while in there.
Are we sure we don't want to do the teleport familiar idea?
Kind of liked that one.
Yeah, that's up to you guys.
Going with either 30 or 50 points around.
If it's a beam of Netheril,
Do I hear 40?
We should round up, so probably about 4. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
Who's next?
Well, you dealt with the roper and you're out of combat. Well done.
Second level spell slot for the win.
And
well, Chrono
now,
50
as
is
that
gone.
goes away, you
Fine.
do see a small
It's fun.
spelunkable
Oh, that's a kind of cute sounding adjective.
I like it.
gap that you could potentially squeeze through and enter into
Oh, I hate spell.
Ooh, a chimney.
from this
Ouchie.
outcropping. You also
Would Anthony squeeze
see up now. You're about 200 feet away, ish, from the top outcropping, and you get the sense you almost see like a greenish glow,
through?
which is a different glow than the main
It's just a-
whitish, bluish, purplish light emanating from the arcane energy storm. That would seem to indicate that there is another opening above you on that platform, outcropping.
I think the rest of us have to rejoin them. So.
Yeah, so as
Yeah.
this all stops, who is going next?
I mean, if I'm doing this familiar thing, I don't have to be touching anybody. You just have to be within range, and I can take us up there.
I think it might have been worth it when all of us were at the bottom, with half of us succeeding and 2 of the ones remaining can fly
Perfectly
to some
fine.
degree.
Good luck
Yeah,
to you
we
all.
can save it. I'll
I
go
sit down
next.
in the
All
corner.
right, Cacophony goes next.
I'm pulling you up.
Are you
Right.
using rope?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Get advantage.
roll with advantage.
That's an 8.
8. As you get about halfway, the rope slips and you begin to fall. I need you to roll another athletics check.
No.
Unless you want to fly.
We are so bad at climbing
Acrobatics.
things.
Is there any? Okay. It's another 8.
You begin to fall.
Wait,
Can I-
you're not adding.
Fine. I have
Are you
nothing
plus
to
a 0?
add.
Oh,
I
you're
have
plus
nothing
0.
to add.
You begin
I
to
was looking at the
fall.
plus 14.
Can I pull the same trick
It's too far away.
with a thrown spear? A thrown glaive?
Ah.
A little farther.
So as you begin to fall, you fall through the shadow,
Oh, okay.
and you get the sense that you can try to teleport through the shadow,
I knew it.
Okay.
which is an ability that you have with as the
Chosen.
I-
chosen as the high priestess of the Raven Queen.
It's not something I've done before, right? This
It's
is
not,
new.
but as the bearer of the moat, you also haven't tried.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're falling
New
and your
features.
brain is just like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Try
So-
something new.
How far can I teleport then?
You don't know.
All
Okay.
the way
Well, then
up.
I guess I'll try.
Okay, as she begins to fall, you all kind of let out a collective grasp. You immediately take the glaive and ready to aim, but as she falls and kind of passes into a shadow, she just disappears in a plume of feathers. And you reappear where?
I'd like to be on that ledge if I can get there. Where Anthony is.
Okay. As you look up to where Anthony is, you reappear. There is a light kind of bathing where Anthony is.
Oh, that's right.
So you can't be because of the outcrop, but below it, you reappear. And as you reappear in that light, you immediately start falling again because you are in shadow but not on. But as you do, you kind of like scream out in frustration. And a pair of shadowed wings extend out from your shoulders, and you find yourself just hovering
Just
in
imagine something, and the moat can do it.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. You're a bird.
You're a
I can
plane.
fly.
You're Superman.
So where am I exactly?
So you are presently kind of below Anthony, about 10 feet of that outcropping,
Okay.
and about 20 feet above Hashin.
Can I try to fly to the ledge
Sure.
now,
Yeah.
or okay?
You fly up, and
I wish there
as
was
you
room on
do,
this door, Rose.
the shadowed wings remain
Okay.
as you alight next to Anthony, and you get the sense that you can kind of summon these if you are in shadow.
Okay. But I'm not
So
in shadow
you
currently,
can-
right?
Well, you are not, but they're also not going away.
Okay.
I can imagine Anthony getting really freaked out by a shadowy winged creature just appearing next to him and vortex warping you right back into the
Coming out of the shadows, everybody! I'm putting them back.
All right, I won't.
Throw her in the beam.
I was aware of what you were doing, so I won't do that.
That would have been so funny.
And it's
Terrible.
odd. It's not unlike Celine's newfound power, except hers is radiant in nature. It's almost as if your respective patrons are
one-upping each other.
yeah, kind of meeting one another's expression of blessing upon each of you.
I see your wings and I raise you.
Except you can teleport through shadow. She
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, but mine are always active. I don't need shadow, so you said it, and I wrote it down in my notes. So
All right.
I'll go next.
You also see the outcropping about 200 feet above you.
Awesome.
You can
I'm
stay
so
there.
happy for you.
You can continue. You can do what you will.
I don't know if I would continue and leave everyone behind, knowing
Okay.
that they're kind of.
So where would you position yourself?
He hates mages.
I guess. I want to say behind Anthony, but I don't know where he is. Like farther from the edge, I guess. More in.
You want to head
To
towards
give
the light, the
people-
green light?
You have about
That's the other one.
there's about a 10-foot wide and 10-foot long, 5-foot wide outcropping to where you were, and then the roper was kind of like in the wall almost.
Yeah.
So you don't really have footing there. So you two are taking up the entirety of the outcropping
so
there.
there's not room for others.
There's the room for 2 people on
So
this
we look at each
outcropping.
other and
Okay.
we say, ready? And we start squeezing through the green light crack.
So the green light was
Right?
coming.
I do anyway. I don't
Green
know what
light
you're
was
doing.
coming from the
Other one.
Oh, I
other
thought it was
one.
Oh, I thought
This
that
one
one
is just
too.
an opening. There is no light emanating from it.
So
Oh,
is that
good.
other one? That's the one that's 200 feet
That's
up.
at 200 feet up. Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
now
if
I
there's no
see.
space where we are, then yeah, I would keep. moving.
Okay.
Flying.
Watch out for monsters.
You continue flying up, and you arrive, and there is a large opening here,
Okay.
about 20 feet tall, and it looks
20 feet.
as if it was intentionally hewn.
Yeah.
Okay.
This outcropping also is kind of smoothed as if this is a space where there was traversal, and could be used to go, because this is also the topmost one that then looks down at all the rest.
Okay.
So you get the sense that there is a clear pathway forward here. There's also kind of an eerie glow of greenish light that encapsulates the pathway forward.
We've seen a teleportation portal before. Is that what it looks like?
It does not look like a teleportation portal. It
Good
just looks
question.
like an intentionally made or maybe added to pathway through the mountain.
I would reiterate then what I see to the group so everyone
Yep,
knows
you kind of
what's
call
up there.
that down, and they're all able to hear it as it is kind of reflecting off of the walls of the cavern. As this happened, Hashin, you continue. Please just roll your athletics. Go ahead.
10.
You make your way up, and it is now...
Ray, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. One was out.
20.
Okay,
Unnatural.
you make it over
Oh,
with
when you hit the
out
two
issue.
like
She
that.
is there holding, and are you kind of...
Bypassing.
Okay,
So,
so are you following? Okay, you don't have advantage on this because the rope is... Well, actually, no. If you're leading with the rope, you still have advantage now because while you're not being pulled by Ray, he's set the rope for you to climb upon.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll with advantage again.
26.
Okay, you essentially get to the foot of it, and you're waiting for Hashin and Anthony to move on so that you can find your footing. Selena,
That's a whale
are you flying through?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you expand your radiant wings, and they make all of the shadows flee as she flies through.
Good thing Cacophony's
We gotta
not
remember
flying.
that.
Yeah.
And you are a beacon of light flying through the darkness, and you kind of fly up and alight next to Cacophony.
They
I
actually
feel like I
still have to-
reactively like jump away. Like, ooh.
And
You're like,
it's strange, right? Because your radiant wings almost, because they're both incorporeal, and they interact with the shadowed wings, and they kind of like
do they Twilight?
almost like sizzle with energy and power. Your radiant wings do ultimately shine through the shadowed wings.
Oh, sorry. Move them out of the way. I'm not used to having these all the time.
And as she steps back, your shadow wing reappears.
Okay.
I assume everybody else still has to traverse this last gap.
They do.
So then I would actually be hovering in the middle, a little below, just in case someone were to fall.
Okay, very good.
Good idea.
Hashin, do you want to continue?
I do.
Okay, please roll your athletics.
Take it slow. Do my the light from the wings kind of help illuminate?
It does. It helps
footholds?
him, so you can roll with advantage.
Unnatural 20.
Nice.
You are able to pitten. You use up the rest of your pittons and arrive at the top. You tie the rope through. As Ray kind of unties it and lets the rope go up to you, and since this is no longer needed, you all had this plan, but as Manny was going through, he was also untying as he went as kind of the
Makes sense.
bottom end. And so you're able to continue it. And so now the next can roll with advantage all the way through.
I don't think I have anywhere to go. I think someone has to move first.
Yep. Well, Manny, you can begin your climb.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
And then how far away is the top?
About 200 feet.
Oh, 200 more.
Yep.
I guess I'm going to have to do physical labor.
34.
Okay. You get up to the next platform and you wait for the first person to move off.
As she's climbing, she goes, under her breath, mutters, just, and some wings would be kind of nice for me.
You can't have everything, Ray. You just hear.
You hear in your mind's eye, I put them on your feet at the very beginning of the campaign.
Yeah, they've been useful, boy.
I want more.
20 minutes? 20 minutes?
20 minutes? Do I hear 20 minutes?
I start climbing up, but I cast grease on the floor behind me.
Roll with advantage.
you imagine if he was the type of DM to consider it like you said it, it's done?
Mm-hmm.
Hands off
17.
the piece.
You make it up.
Woo!
And join your compatriots.
Nice.
It's a platform full, or
Manny, you're next. It is not. There's enough room for all of you up here.
And it's like a big
20
hallway, so I think we
sorry.
can keep moving out of the
19.
way if we need to.
19. Right. You make your way all the way up. Very good. Ray.
19 plus 60.
Yep.
I thought you said plus 60, and I
That's what I heard.
full-heartedly-
I was just gonna.
Right.
Full-heartedly
You.
What can I say? I'm pretty great.
You have traversed through the arcane
Shaft.
opening in the stone.
No one died.
What is it? What is it?
And
Yeah, and it
have
crumbles and we fall.
made your way to the next
Arcane
place.
chimney?
That might actually be the
Chimney.
most successful we've ever been collectively in a climbing gauntlet.
Well done. Well done.
Collectively, yes.
We didn't do bad, but you just jinxed it.
We're not
How are
done.
you proceeding forward? In what order?
Ray
With
would
as
probably
much
go.
noise as we possibly can.
Ray
and
would go in the
stomping
front.
and banging.
Would it be smart to make you go in the front though?
I'm going in the front.
I feel like we're trying to protect
This
you.
time, my muscles will protect everyone.
Anthony wants
Is
to
that
go in the
Auburn
front.
Company?
Yeah, I mean, I do have
No.
a good AC and health. I should be.
This is
Ours
wide
is
enough for you
probably-
guys to go 2 by 2.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'll go with Anthony.
Yes. My chance to murder
Banny
you.
in
I
the front?
mean,
We're good. We got this.
hey, dude, you remember?
So
a few
we're gonna
years ago when you
say,
tried to kill me immediately upon me
Hasheen
appearing?
and Anthony, Manny
Now's
and
the time.
Ray,
I've been biding my
Cacophony
time.
Oh,
and
that was real
Celine.
life. Also
works.
in the game. Crazy.
Been biding my time on both.
Matt, when did you? Where
Why
did
don't you
put me in
drink
the
up
order?
some of that drink?
You're
Me
next
in
to
the back.
Cacophony.
Hey, girlfriend. Are we within 10 feet of Manny? That's all I care about.
Everyone's within 10 feet of Manny.
Okay,
Yay.
good. I was wondering that myself.
Matthew says.
Maybe we should put him
Everyone-
right in the middle. Manny's right in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
Is
Manny has become our emotional support mascot.
You continue forward,
Is Manny
and
short
the
for
green
mayonnaise?
light doesn't
Ooh.
seem to have a source. It's just there in pockets.
Oh, it's normal.
Almost as if it is emanating from a mist that you begin to see appear.
Great.
As
We're
you
going into a gas
move
chamber.
forward, there is a thicker expression of the light and the mist. And all the while, you do feel like you're kind of going upwards. And it is not a climb, but there are kind of like steps to it. As you move, you feel like you're following some sort of a pathway, as if this was a normally traversed course and direction. And as you emerge,
It's gonna need another one. Couple swigs.
I'm gonna
You want a swig?
Sure.
any conversation you
I'm gonna finish
wish to
it,
have. If you're
finish it.
going, go. Feel free. I'm gonna adjust the map.
Where, did we come to like a forest?
Good. Stop it, you madman.
I don't know, and I'm not sure if we know how high up we actually
Miles.
got.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the ground
No.
below?
Holy cow.
Or the top of the... We have no idea.
I feel like that might be the cavern, tunnel
Just
below us.
looking over the edge.
Maybe.
It's a
Chimney.
very disorienting theater of the mind exercise.
Whoa!
Oh, we're falling!
We fell quite quickly.
What do you feel?
Are we expecting enemies?
I mean,
Shouldn't
if
we
it's
always be?
if
That's
it's
right.
really well,
This seems like giant territory.
yeah, I would say definitely expect enemies, right?
I
How
think
big are
it's kind of
cloud giants?
odd. We haven't seen
Oh, like
any yet.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet.
Good.
Excuse me? The biggest creatures we fought this whole time?
I could.
Why are you so small then?
I'm still young. I'm only 13.
Maybe your dad could have sent your older brother or something? Jeez.
I'm an only child. If you couldn't tell, I have clear older child syndrome. Only child syndrome.
You couldn't tell.
The eldest spoils.
As you continue,
I think they're like 25 feet.
Maybe she has the same growth disorder your legs have.
You
Atrophy?
see a clear path,
Lack of use.
and there do seem to emerge what look to be some sort of plant or bush or
Shrub.
Shrubbery.
Fern.
Jake,
Fern.
name 5 types of
Wait, there's a bush at the end of the shaft? Is that what you're saying? Oh, a couple of them.
It's between 2 ferns.
Got him.
There are also stalagmites which jut up from the ground, and the stone on either side is rather jagged, and it does expand outward, but it's not flat,
Who
right?
hurt you?
Okay.
What happened?
You can.
I love this.
There is there are pockets of this light slash mist which seem to emanate from different places.
Are there any emanations by us?
The closest one is up here.
And it's all the green tint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. As you are going, you may perceive and you may take the temperature of the stone.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I go up to the stone. Stone. Granite. Is this green light sapping energy from you? Is there anything alive around it? Talk to me.
Then you stroke it for reassurance.
Yeah. With the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Roll a
Persuasion.
Smoking no
insight.
shaft.
Seduction.
Performance.
Swig.
17.
17.
Or one with the rock.
You
Biblically.
get the sense of terror.
Oh,
This better not be the thing for the interim campaign.
And then you realize that the granite that you were stroking,
Great.
What did I do?
Moves.
no, it doesn't move. You thought it was a stalactite,
oh no.
but it actually, now that you take a step back and look at it, looks like the stump of a leg
What'd you feel
How
about?
did I screw that one up?
of a giant that has been broken off maybe at the knee, that is petrified into stone.
Fair enough.
You just assaulted this poor frozen person.
Well, it's not a person
You were
anymore.
caressing his leg.
Listen, all right? Okay.
His revulsion is from you.
Technically,
Can it talk to you? Can you ask its name?
technically, it is stone, so this still works. And I start rubbing it.
Can you ask him its
voraciously.
name?
All the places.
What's
So
your
it is
name?
like, ew, someone's touching me, something's touching me. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Just make it stop.
I hope it wasn't someone I know.
Today, unwanted touching is going to save lives.
Oh, you didn't like
All right,
Cloud
I want to climb to the top of
I
it.
mean, it's
and
dead.
I
It
wanna
might be
inspect the
someone
rest.
fighting it.
favorite kind.
I mean, the top of it is maybe like 3 feet above you.
Oh.
It's about 10 feet to kind of like the knee, mid-thigh. So you figure that this creature was maybe 20 to 25 feet tall.
Is it clean? Is it jagged?
It's jagged. It's like it was broken.
Got it.
Wow.
Okay. Good news. The stone did talk to me, guys, again.
That's awesome.
Bad news. It was terrified.
This is why I brought you into this group.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
You're such a stoner.
We should probably keep an eye out for whatever that invisible thing was that probably did this.
Well, is this a cloud giant?
I don't know. It's petrified.
Can
I
you
can't
ask him?
tell.
Ray, go ahead and observe the form.
Because if it was, then this one was either sacrificed
Were
or
you a
something
cloud
else
giant?
was fighting them up here.
What's its
Which is
style
Am I
good
of
for
doing
us.
perception or investigation?
They
This
seem
would
to have
be perception.
Would it be with
10.
advantage
10.
due to being a giant?
Sure.
14.
14.
I'll take it.
The flowing robe and the sandals of this foot and kind of down the leg, kind of off of the side, and there's also like broken rubble around that you now see is probably made up this creature. With a 14, you get the sense that it bared the typical dress of a cloud giant.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
It petrified. How the hell did the robe petrify with it?
Magic, possibly?
Well, okay, so that's where I'm going. Like, maybe this wasn't obviously something ripped it, but I don't know. Is there a giant Medusa or something?
I mean, we just saw rocks floating, so
I'm just-
whoever
That's all
created
I'm
this
getting at.
mountain.
I think it happened very
All right,
quickly.
collateral damage, or sacrifice, or
Something worse.
somebody is on our side.
Can I perceive or insight
made
how
some
weathered the
progress.
stone looks?
Say again.
I hope
I would
someone's
like
on our
to
side.
insight or perceive or whatever how weathered the stone
Or
looks.
to
Please
no
do.
one's side.
Like how old, essentially, is what I'm getting at.
Have I come across
What
stone
did you want me
makers?
to roll?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, me.
Roll perception.
You make stone.
18.
Ogremok.
Oh, like
18.
that was the result
It
of their...
it the
19, sorry.
19. The detail on this looks unobstructed or
Fresh.
unworn. It is fresh and seems to have been in the last
100 years.
in the recent past.
All right, I'm going
Rats.
with either.
No, just kidding. That's messed up.
It happened quick to have organic material that wasn't connected to the leg also
Yeah.
petrify.
Should we have the technically blind but plain of sight person go
Yes.
first in this situation?
Yeah,
Possibly.
I'll cover
Yeah.
your 6.
And as we look forward, are there more things that probably are people? Turn to
As you
stone.
perceive forward, you see stone. You don't necessarily see petrified creatures, but you do see that this around you there is rubble around this particular stone formation that is not present in other spots.
Is there anything different that Manny sees when he looks at the green mist?
When Manny looks at the green mist, there is a odd quality to it, as if there is almost like a plant or something that is producing
Like all the
the
ferns.
mist. But it's
there's no
weird.
plant
It's
there.
because there's no plant. It's strange. It's like you can see into the invisible. You can't see into the ethereal.
Right.
And so, but the outline of what you see
So
with your vision is, it's like there's something there.
Would he assume that it's an extra planar thing that's happening in these pockets?
Yes, that's given your knowledge and understanding of the planes. You think there's a weird overlap of things going on here.
Okay.
Oh.
Something's happening with the planes.
It could also be random collateral damage from a crossover of planes causing that stalagmite creature.
Right. Something quick and unnatural.
Yeah.
So let's be mindful.
I don't know.
Are you just gonna randomly roll dice and randomly roll what plane affects that location? Because that would be so much fun.
I want. I just like. Is there any living stuff around where the green stuff comes out?
So
Foliage.
there is, but you'd need to get. You're not near any of it. So you see the foliage, but you'd need to get closer to it to.
Yeah, dude.
Anyone interested in letting me get closer?
Let's follow the yellow brick road.
Let's all
Is
go to.
this mist like a pillar in the sky formation, or is it like hovering along the ground?
Yes.
Okay,
the
so in which
ladder,
case I will be
hovering along the ground.
flying above.
Okay, you can take
Nice.
flight, and as you do, the radiant light sprawls out, a beacon through the cavern.
All right,
Shows
maybe that was a bad
and
idea. I forgot that this thing was shiny.
You
Very shiny.
feel you see illumination
beacon.
down. This is actually a very long,
Like a miniature
wide,
pitchback.
and kind of there is a lot of depth and length to this cavern. Several hundred feet ahead that you kind of see this path winds.
Okay, then I go back
Says
down
We're
to
here
report
like
that.
Celine in flight.
All right. Let's keep going. I'm gonna. Should I cast Pass Without a Trace?
That'd be interesting.
Do we think that's worth it here?
It's hard to say. We might not need it yet.
All right. Let's move quietly and slowly.
I'll try my best.
All right, everyone roll stealth.
If I had enough time, maybe we could research how to close these slashes in reality.
That is a crit.
Mm.
Wow.
Hey.
Oh,
It's
So,
about
could
am I wrong?
29.
Stealth?
I have no strength,
Oh, 20
but I
and a
can
2.
sneak.
Nice. Good, good, good.
22 for Anthony.
No,
22 for me.
a 20 and a 2,
18.
so 6.
6.
6 for me, too.
6.
18.
18.
22.
2.
17.
17.
I have a plus 14.
All right, that was because of the crit fail. That is
Barrel
a
rolls.
collective pass, or crit success. That's a collective pass.
Ooh.
So you
Close.
would have been even,
Mhm.
but the crit makes it.
You're welcome.
As we pass one
You're
of
like
these,
saving us all day today.
as we pass one of these pockets where the mist is coming out, I kind of that first one there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to like.
Take a scoop.
Why? I just want to see if there's anything different about this pocket compared to where we came from.
Like
Again,
use your finger and like put little
Twirl around.
designs
Swizzle
in
it.
it. Yeah.
well, is there a stick around? There's a-
Actually,
there's a
no.
tree.
There is no stick per se. There are these bushes.
Okay, I take out a physical arrow
Mm-hmm.
and I want to in the mist and then pull it
Nice.
out and see what happens.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Fireball.
Every time something like
Let's
this
just go.
happens, I have the weirdest out-of-body experience of the big bad final boss sitting on a throne watching us do this through like a portal, just like
Mm-hmm.
Scrying.
No, he's totally watching.
All right.
All five.
like oh,
I don't quite understand. Nothing happened. Let's just keep moving quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out. Perceive.
Proceed.
in the words of
Cacophony.
Carolyn.
As you pass by,
Great.
you feel a connectivity
Okay.
to the mist.
Oh.
Interesting. So it's the shadow.
Limbo.
Yeah.
Could
I
be
guess
limbo.
So. Oh, I
Green
guess.
is a good color for limbo, I think.
Or it could be the
shadow
Raven
fell.
Queen helping us. That's why it killed the cloud giant.
That'd be too cool and gracious of Matt.
I
Also
presume
not
some of the divines
green.
have been
Yeah.
actively doing things.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Mayhaps. We haven't been to
What do you
limbo yet, right?
We
yeah,
have-
we have.
We
We have-
went to the shadow.
We went
No,
to
I went to
limbo
limbo.
too. to
They
get
were
her
in limbo.
soul.
Oh, was it green?
It
no.
was a storm.
Yeah.
Crossing over.
And if I put my skeleton hand in it, does anything happen?
Do you do that?
I do that.
Up to your elbow.
Absorb
'cause
every soul you can find,
You get
which
juice,
is
super
millions and
juice.
billions of them.
I'm just kind of like poke it.
you
just
turn
out of
into the big
curiosity.
bad.
Yeah.
You are the
You
Roll it
feel
forward.
like you're touching a familiar, though disquieting place
Oh.
that
okay.
is limbo, where your soul had to be rescued from.
That's why I rolled that crit fail.
That has many souls trapped therein.
Okay.
I hate that. place.
And because of the ritual that is going on here in this place, there is almost this outpouring of limbo into the mountain. As if limbo is almost starting to pour forth in this place because of, you don't know how, you don't know exactly what's going on, but you know that this arcane storm is somehow connected to what's going on in limbo,
Yeah. Okay.
and what's going on there.
If only we had 20 more years to do this campaign. We could learn so much.
Guys, I don't feel so good about this mist.
It doesn't seem to threaten you, but it also is, and you in particular feel like you're comfortable with the souls, but you don't have any idea or sense of what prolonged exposure might do or how it could worsen should the mist and the light increase.
Yeah.
We turn
So
around
this is
and
just
see her.
not a
Hold on
good
minute.
thing. Period. Not
It's certainly not
for
natural.
us physically right now, but just not all the bad things happening in this
Right.
town. Yes. Okay.
So
This
you
is what it's like when planes collapse.
very metal.
D&D metal.
You
Power Man
continue.
5000.
That's right. You got it.
You continue along
job.
the
Wow.
path,
Hold on.
going stealthily,
Worlds Collide actually. would work there.
slowly observing, and the foliage gets a little thicker as you go,
Ah, yes, it's more deciduous.
and
You'll never
Sniffers?
let that go.
not quite. Not. We wouldn't say that this is in any way kind of a verdant growth. It seems kind of unnatural, but also healthy. You don't know what you make of that as you move, and you continue on the path, keeping your distance from the
Green mist.
green mist. You come across another half of a creature, this time about humanoid in size. You feel terror.
Good news again. It spoke to me. Also afraid.
Except this time, as you can all see, this one is humanoid in size. Looks like the head and arms have been kind of smashed off, and it's just like the neck and the torso.
Cool.
Wearing again kind of a flowing robe,
Same.
although this time the robe roll perception. Not perception. Roll history with regard to the iconography of the robe.
Everyone or
think we have
Ray
history.
and
Anthony.
and Manny
okay.
would know.
Crit
Could
fail.
could know. I should say could know.
9 plus 16.
25.
I got
20
16.
25.
Okay. This iconography looks familiar to you, but you don't quite place it. You do know that it is something to do with the Zentarum.
Okay.
You know that this is
Hmm.
one of the order of the mystical Zentarum, one of the mages within the Zentarum.
Mm-hmm.
And they're often involved in all manner of chicanery. And you also know that the Nimbus Collective, Ray, was making deals and operating with various different unreliable and evil organizations.
Did we ever learn anything? Oh, sorry.
No,
What?
I was just gonna say I wish I knew to speak with Dead right now. That'd be fun.
Did we ever learn anything about Shantea? Us? We? No?
I might have that.
She's good or
I
bad
can't
these
remember if
days.
it was. No, it was
The god Shantea? The harvest
Sola,
god?
Sola met her garden, at least.
It was
That was before us. though.
Sarah's character.
Right.
Was Shantea. Yeah.
You're wondering why the whole thing is lush and
Yeah, why are there plants here? Something is causing that, and so if yes, so her influence is here somewhere, maybe.
You continue along the path. If there's any other conversation you wish to have about
Does
that,
the
feel free.
robe for the giant look like a similar robe on the person?
No.
Like-
no?
with
I
similar.
wouldn't think so. One was Zentarum, one was.
The
Cloud
robe
giant?
of the giant was too destroyed to tell.
Mm.
It was like, think of like the bottom of the robe almost.
Trying to see if they were in league.
Well, we know the Zentarum were in league with them.
With the cloud giants.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. Our previous parties did.
Well, Ray.
No,
Found
Ray
out.
was part of that.
No, before that party found out about the Zentarum. It wasn't us. It was Hold and my warlock guy. Anyway,
Morthos did know about that
She would have told.
and communicated that to Ray. So she didn't experience it, but she
Gotcha.
had knowledge of it.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm just trying to place again. Were they more? Did the same thing? Was this an event at one time? That's all I'm getting at. They're working together at one time. This happened.
I thought
Are they both facing the same cardinal position?
I thought we learned that the Zentarum weren't a part of it. They were just trying to profit.
No, that
off
was
of
the
it.
other Z one,
Hard to tell. One is a leg and one is a body. So
wasn't
Xanathar's guild.
it? Xanathar.
Yeah.
Xanathar was just trying to profit, I think.
Right. Xanathar was an evil.
I thought Zentarum
That's a
also
cool
weren't
map.
a part of it.
Because I think Zentarum were connected with that.
So if you go all the way back, the Zentarum,
years.
there was a schism within the Zentarum.
Right.
Some of the Zentarum were aligned against the Nimbus Collective, and some of the Zentarum were trying to gain power,
confusion.
and they were operating with the Nimbus Collective.
Which was in Baldur's Gate a little bit too.
And did we ever learn that the Jedis were part of the Zentarum that helped
The
choose the Nimbus Collective or
yeah,
against?
so that was the
Kendim.
Kendim.
the Kendim, and the Kendim
It
had
was
some
Xanathar, weren't they?
overlap with the Zentarum, but in a lot of ways they were
Hired.
competitors to the Zentarum.
Yeah.
More adept than the Zentarum, but also
They still wanted
a little bit more honor bound than the Zentarum.
your hopper.
But they had their own issues and infiltration,
Right.
and they were dealing with limbo and doing something with trying to interact with this in Mulhessen,
Mm-hmm.
which Ray was a part of, and JB was a part of, and hence Anthony was a part of. But you don't know if that was necessarily connected to the Nimbus Collective.
Gotcha.
But they were trying to take advantage of the limbo issue.
Right.
With
It's a beautiful map. I like that.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
So deadly. So welcoming.
I see a kill zone.
As you look ahead, you guys are just off the map to the south. You do see more of these stalactites that go up. You also see that there is almost like an upper level that emerges above you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of see that all along here.
Is this mist as like radiant as it looks?
Yes, it is. So you're not in darkness. There is a low light that is expressed. As you move forward, as you kind of look, kind of behind and in between these stalagmites, you see what looks to be another petrified figure. And this figure looks to be bones.
Mm-hmm.
Not a humanoid.
Standing, vertical.
Yes, kind of like in a stuck, awkward position.
Okay.
Full body.
Not humanoid, so
It looks like a big kind of conglomeration of bones.
So whatever the petrified probably did an X amount of damage. The the giant, only its leg got trapped. The human kind of got blown up, and this thing got incinerated by it.
It's possible.
My guess.
Yeah.
Mistril's power was stolen.
Interesting.
As you proceed,
We have to go that direction?
yeah, because this is a bunch of mist here,
Oh yeah. Okay, we don't want to.
and then this is about a 20-foot ledge,
Got it. Okay, fair enough.
right? And then it goes up to about here, and then there is again like a 30-foot ledge up to this level, and there is this is just kind of it gets up higher and higher, right? So
Yeah,
think
okay.
of this like a bowl here,
Mm-hmm.
and this is about 50 feet up, and there's more stalagmites kind of at the top here.
So we might as well climb up the 20 to 30 foot.
Yeah, so there is
Shallow.
the foliage is all in through here. It is on the same level that you are, and you approach the bones. And as you do,
Oh.
Oh my
Right.
goodness, bones are coming to life.
Oh,
Can we go back?
no.
as you do, the
Looks friendly.
bones that are kind of wrapped in these skeletal draconic-like wings kind of unfurl out, the stone kind of creaking and breaking, and the head turning in your direction.
Darn.
And you all hear in a low resonant voice, why are... It's kind of like echoing, and there's a pause. You hear...
Is this a Draco Lich?
We're about to talk with this headless
It
dragon.
We have a message
he's
for
not.
them.
It looks
Or a
not unlike a Draco
mission
Lich.
to get to
Roll.
them.
All of you can roll Perception or Arcana as to
one
this
is a lie.
creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not technically a lie.
I was gonna just tell them the truth at this point. We're gonna stop the storm.
13.
Well, either that or we just have a mission to speak to them.
13.
That's not a lie.
Okay.
Speak to them.
Are you gonna roll?
Hard
what?
to differentiate
Perception or Arcana?
between you and
We have a mission
between this and a.
to
Oh,
get
well, that's fine.
to Kozazire.
3 plus. I can't roll anything good these days. 14. Not bad. Arcana.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a Draco Lich.
It's a dragon. It looks lichy.
It looks like a dragon, but
Does-
bony dragon.
Does it speak in common or dragon?
It spoke in common.
Okay.
In a very halting kind of.
Somebody else gonna roll?
Its mouth didn't necessarily move. It just kind of looked at you, and
Bones
you
come
heard
alive
this
a lot
voice
in our,
emanate out from
campaign.
its head.
In Draconic, I want to respond back to it. We mean you no harm. We came to get to the summit.
To do what?
Can we inside its posture? Is it looking like it's like mantling over us about the attack, or is it
Yeah, I
just
mean
kinda
it's
sitting
kind
there
of
waiting?
the bones are all kind of like snapping into place
Oh,
as
gross!
it's orienting towards you.
I gotta speak with bones.
Um,
Called chiropractor.
was that in Draconic or common
It
again?
responded in common.
Okay. In Draconic again. To make things right.
What is wrong?
I would gesture around with the pockets of the mist coming through and the inverted nature of this mountaintop.
How about you in general, dragon?
I didn't even begin to answer
It doesn't
that question.
respond.
Corpse
Doesn't
on
seem
the
to
top of an
understand.
upside-down mountain. What's wrong?
You're good
A
at
great evil has resurfaced, and it is throwing everything into chaos.
Living and dead alike.
What evil?
Madness, chaos, and the harbinger of that are an evil sect of cloud giants.
Void. Madness.
What of my masters?
The Netheril,
Bane Scarlet.
Yes.
Ooh.
what of your masters? That's why we need to get to the summit to find out.
They've been gone for millennia.
I don't know.
The head orients towards you.
Ooh.
Gone.
Give me sound effects.
Where?
To lunch.
Mistral took her rage out
get milk.
after her magic was stolen and collapsed all these floating cities, smashed them to the ground. And the Netherese were no more. I think their blood remains on this planet, but they are no longer the Netherese.
Noria survives. As it kind
Yeah,
of
Probably.
its head glances around.
Honoria?
Honoria is the name of this peak.
On like
Are you asking
gonorrhea
that in
minus the
character?
G.
What'd you say, Matt?
Sure. Honoria is the name of this peak.
Honoria is here.
Honoria.
Okay.
Gonorrhea. On the shaft? What?
What a time to welcome a raid. than
Will
that.
you let us pass?
Honoria. I don't know that name. Who's Honoria?
Honoria.
Honoria. Honoria. Isn't that what I said?
No.
You, roll a history check.
Oh yeah, probably. should.
It's the last thing I have on my notes.
Crit fail.
I don't have
15.
any reference to what it means.
Oh wait, no, it's history. 17.
Really?
Crit fail. 17.
You feel like you just heard the Sultan say that name.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't there?
don't remember.
How do I know how
What's
that?
about-
Oh, Anaria. That's how I wrote in my notes.
Yeah.
Anaria was saved until the. Can I read this? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Till the desert swallowed it up, had been saved by the giant of the clouds. They've secured the item of the eyes known as Kozer's ire.
Right, okay.
Swallowed up.
So it's the
We
peak.
need the. We
Anaria
need
was
the,
saved until the desert swallowed it up.
we need the
Yeah.
scarab key. From Morthos.
All right, we gotta go back.
I think I have half. Actually, I have the whole.
Honoria was
I have
saved.
half, and then I carry the half in the with the little gnome guy. We just have to find something to trade him with.
Okay.
But
So-
Morthos gave me the half of the scarab key, and then I have the portal to the other half.
So all he
So
said
we
was-
know where the full scarab key is.
All he said was Anaria survived.
Yeah, this is Honoria. It survived until it was swallowed up by the storm. We're currently in the storm.
Correct. Well, swallowed up by the desert.
Yeah.
Is what he wrote.
Okay.
Is Honoria here, or you can't locate her? Whatever Honoria is.
We are inside Honoria.
Was it supposed to be swallowed up by a storm?
I am defending my domain.
Then
From
come with
what?
us.
Can you take me to the masters? As it kind of looms in down close to you.
That-
Add a bad guy
That depends.
for when we fight
Who are the masters?
That
the Netheries.
what if none of your Netherese brethren remain?
It is still your domain.
It looks back at you and doesn't give a response.
What will you do to the ones that now have the throne?
It doesn't give a response.
Have cloud giants passed this way? Through your domain?
Interlopers.
That's right.
I am determining if you are the same.
I can guarantee you we are not.
Very much so.
Then tell me, why are you here?
Didn't we?
I'm gonna reiterate back at the beginning.
Thought we told him.
None of this should be happening. None of it. Kozazar has been turned on, and it is wreaking destruction on all of Toro, and it is bleeding into other planes. Countless numbers are dying. None of this should be happening. We need to stop it. The Netheries are not there. The the cloud giants are the ones that have taken over, and through their machinations, maybe with Talos,
They
It
use
looks
for
at
their
Ray.
aims.
Your kind slew the masters.
No, not her kind.
She hates cloud
No.
giants.
she's
More
actually a
than-
little racist towards them.
Oh, do I know if storm giants slew the? In my history, do I know if storm giants were the part of the downfall of the Netheries? Because it sounds like something storm giants would do.
You don't know.
So
That
I
does
wouldn't know
sound
that of
pretty cool.
ancestral
You have
history.
you know the Netherese only because of your travels. You hadn't heard of them prior to that.
Gotcha. If you think I'm a cloud giant, you're crazy.
again, a little racist towards them, honestly.
Cloud giants are the worst.
Have you heard of the Ordning?
I protect my domain.
Okay, so very simple.
All with you.
After having talked to this creature, you may again roll an Arcana check, Anthony.
Nice.
Seems like it's stuck in a loop.
A little bit. I think
It's
he's
like an
very
AI
simple
chatbot
in
that
his-
only has a few answer branches.
Not bad.
21.
Would you like to talk to a human?
After now having spoken to this, you're confident it is not a Dracolich.
Yeah, it's a little bit too.
This is actually more. You think you've heard tell of dragon bones that are reanimated with powerful magic into almost a golem
Uh-huh.
type of a creature
Cool.
that is programmed for a specific purpose.
Right.
To attack.
It has a degree of sentience, but is not sentient.
Mm.
It is programmed for a task.
So, AI chatbot. Okay.
Will you let us through? So you could protect your domain against the cloud giant interlopers?
We are actually trying to protect your domain as well, because if we don't stop this, all of this will be destroyed. We are on the same team in that aspect.
We have the same goal here.
Have you noticed that your domain is upside down?
It looks around.
This is how it was back then.
It is how it was.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed
This
that.
is the one that's been saved. The storm has recently swallowed it up. So all the other cities fell except for gonorrhea.
The pus is new.
Yeah. Yes, the past is new. Yes, that's
This is
very
the
deep.
Biggest flare up ever.
So we are on the same side of the table here.
Prove
Prove it?
statement.
How would you like me to do that?
Somebody's
It
got
does not give a response. It awaits you to prove.
Come with us and watch us kill cloud giants.
Hopefully.
Roll persuasion.
That's awesome. I
That's-
hope that succeeds.
I don't want
All
this
the
thing following us.
I do.
20 with a crit fail.
You have a 20
You crit failed.
19.
It's
off
plus
a crit
19.
fail? Of persuasion?
Do I have a
We
He's a
have
bard.
advantage?
He's always been a bard. He just never wanted to call
We have
himself
How do you
bard.
guys
8
build your
collective
characters?
advantages.
I'm gonna use one right
something
here.
wrong.
Better.
Clearly,
31.
Mr.
Nice.
Permanent disadvantage. You can't outbuild your role playing.
It cocks its head.
I don't have anything to convince him.
Hmm?
We could just kill him. I'm fine with that. Oh, do you know the prophecy?
Turns to you.
I recite the prophecy and say, that's him, that's her, that's him, that's me, that's you, that's him. There. You can trust us. Let's do this.
You're part of the bond now.
I didn't think
Yeah.
all of you guys were in the prophecy.
Well, the bond that was formed. It's a lump thing.
Mostly her.
So we have to
See,
get
here's the hopper.
we have to get her up there so she can scream.
It looks at you and says, I am Aegis.
No
Oh.
way!
Okay, so we need him.
All right, bud. Yeah. Come with us so we can kill cloud giants.
Very nice.
Wait, wasn't Aegis a warforged?
The bond form must provide
Yeah, but it's like when
Aegis
two people are named Charlie.
for the heart of
Do
century.
you have a brother? Was another Aegis made out? Are you missing a section of your bones that a warforged was made out of or something?
Two people can be called Aegis.
That's what I said. It's like
No,
no one can
have the
people be
same
named
name.
Charlie.
Ray, do you know how many people I know with the name of Matt?
This is not fair.
So, I forget who the Heart of Centuries is. Or what the Heart of Centuries is.
The bond formed must provide Aegis for the Heart of Centuries.
Is
The
it
Heart of
hopper?
Centuries is the name of the hopper.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, the time and space hopper.
Yeah.
Sultan also revealed that.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you present
You
the
watched
hopper
that
to him?
episode.
To it.
The bond formed
Us?
must provide Aegis, the heart of centuries.
Let's get the dragon inside the hopper.
Well, I can suck things into my hopper.
This will only hurt a little.
That's where all my friends are.
Actually, we need dragon blood to activate the hopper. Maybe
I have
this
dragon blood.
particular,
Things gotta
maybe
have
this
dragon
particular
blood
dragon
as
blood,
well.
even though it's bones.
I have Jabberwock blood.
We getting into its marrow. We've done marrow before. We have done marrow extraction before.
You look at it, and in its construction, in the golem, where its heart is a
Hole.
arcane. Is an arcane construct that
That's
looks
crazy.
both organic and bony.
Right.
I think I know what goes there.
It doesn't look like something. It's not like a receptacle. It's more like.
So do we kill it and take its blood?
More like it does have a.
There's no blood
It
to
does
take.
have
No, that's
an
what I'm saying.
organic matter where its heart would be.
Which is the blood that we need for the hopper, is always the
Oh,
blood
it
from the
has to be.
heart.
Got it.
Yeah. So do we...
Are you sure we don't need to form a bond?
That's what the Sultan
The
did.
bond formed must provide Aegis for the heart of centuries.
The Sultan made a
Sounds like we
reference
kind of have to kill it and take
No.
its heart.
That
I
doesn't sound like forming a
What?
bond to me.
No, the bond formed, so the bond has already been formed, must provide Aegis, so he's been resurrected for the Heart of Centuries.
Protection, also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what Aegis means.
I know you like killing things,
The
but
Sultan-
maybe this isn't the right thing right now.
The Sultan did make reference
Or
to
maybe.
bonding when he was kind of piecing
Bondage.
out
Once
different parts of involvement here.
if we did kill it and crush it up into little tiny pieces of bone and sprinkle it on the hopper.
Well, I know the hopper needs specifically blood from the heart, and that is the only thing that could potentially have blood in this thing.
Well, then maybe you're right.
I'm
The only way to save your
right about
precious domain and
0.0
netherese
things
is for you to
into
give us the last of your organic material in your heart to feed the hopper
Bone is actually organic.
to fulfill the prophecy. You know the prophecy. You're in it.
Roll persuasion.
She said it, not me.
Jake said it.
Either that or we take him with him, and then
Come
if,
on,
when he
2
dies,
crits.
we
That's
just
actually not bad.
take the blood.
I think it's a 9. No, it's a 3. 16.
It looks at you.
I don't even have luck anymore. I can't re-roll.
I do not wish death.
Who cares about your death? You have a mission, an objective, and this solves that objective. Complete your mission.
Unless you
Duh.
want to come with
What the hell were
us.
you made for? This
Slim
is
breaks his neck.
no, this isn't.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Ooh!
Because of the broken
Slim
neck.
fixes your
Thank you,
neck.
broken
Slim
necker.
fixes your neck.
Uh
One,
very
yeah, just one.
chiropractic.
Because he knows it's a golem.
oh.
With advantage?
She breaks my neck and
He has disadvantage all the
7.
time.
Everything.
7.
Yeah.
You speak with the force of the masters.
They always yelled at him.
Oh no!
All right.
bow before me and do what I say then.
What do what do we need to do here?
I think you're right now. Actually, Ray, I think you're right.
Just kill him.
You've heard the prophecy.
I must protect my domain.
Well, let's take him with us, and then if he dies, and we take his blood, and if he doesn't die, then...
Could do that. What does
Hold on.
protection
What is
mean
your
to you?
domain? Specifically.
Anaria.
Where is Anaria?
Here.
It's here.
It's the city. We're on it.
Are here.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're in Toriel is also here. So, how big is this here you're talking about?
He's talking
The whole
about
desert?
He's talking,
mountain,
he's
no,
talking
the
about the
floating
mountaintop
mountain.
we're in.
Was he specific to that?
Yes,
Or you just
it's been
assumed?
a Noria the whole
No.
fucking time.
We are on Anoria. This is the name of the city.
This will suck if this doesn't work, but it's okay. Celine will walk forward and
I don't remember him ever
listening
saying
to the
that.
conversation
yeah, he
here,
did.
just thinking
No.
about the word bond,
That's it.
will hold out a hand and say,
I think we've assumed it.
No, he said it.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
"We
I
are
mean,
the
there is a
agents
recording.
in which the forces that threaten your domain will be stopped. Be at peace with us and help us protect this territory against a greater threat than you've ever known." And I will channel Emboldening Bond and see if this Aegis,
Oh boy.
bond formed, will allow that piece to connect.
Who do you cast it upon?
Myself, Aegis. That would be so funny if I don't include you again. Ray. Anthony doesn't have a moat, right?
Nope.
No, Breeze
I mean,
really does.
so Bree does.
I do.
Aegis, I can get 5 people now. So Aegis, myself, Ray, Cacophony, and God help me, I'm gonna say Anthony.
Do it.
It's the right move.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep.
Okay. You have formed a bond with Aegis.
We love you.
It looks at you.
I'm sorry.
It looks at you and says, "You have the strength of the masters in you. What is thy bidding?" And that's where we're going to end the session.
Nice.
Good job.
Good
Bond
call.
formed.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did everything in my
It
power to
was
let us
that
talk our way
literal?
into it, but I didn't want to
bond
use
No,
it.
formed.
Well,
So-
emboldening
I was about to
bond?
1v1 this dragon.
There was
know
a
you
lot
were.
of talk around this with the Sultan, and he was definitely.
I didn't want to
hinting in
use it
ways.
unless we had to. I felt like we didn't have a way
Well,
to
it
talk
was
our
that
way
literal,
into it,
yeah.
so.
Okay. This emboldening bond lasts
Days.
indefinitely.
No way!
Wow.
You cannot.
Sorry, buddy.
Permanently. The most important cut there is.
Let me be
Yeah,
clear.
that's
Okay.
good.
Screw
Let me
me.
be clear. It lasts indefinitely so long as Aegis
Lives.
is alive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough.
So don't kill Aegis.
So now it became Ray, Aegis, and
Now,
Joseph.
we all do a
Order.
medicine check on him.
Oh, he's looking rough.
What if I did a reverse
No, I
eye
will.
on
I will
Dragon
tell
Bones?
you. I will tell you. The Dragon Bone Golem has 250 hit points.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna
Okay.
buff his ass.
It will respond to the commands of Celine.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Anthony, say all the things you want, pal. Say them all. Get them out.
In the absence of a command from Celine, it will defend itself and it will defend Anaria, its city, its domain, the floating mountain.
What does that mean? Like, if something's attacking the actual mountain?
If people are
Abusing
destroying it, abusing it, wrecking what it was.
Hear that, Steve?
So basically what that means is it will prioritize whatever target seems to be doing the most damage to the domain.
Gotcha.
Dang.
Cool.
All right.
I have a familiar.
Named Aegis.
I've been trying this whole campaign to get something sweet to be in charge
You had
of.
a sick
you
ass
took it.
badger.
You got close. I do like how you talked this badger up so long and then it died and you went, and we never brought it back.
It's tough
All
when you
right.
got
Well, we
so many
appreciate you
actors.
sticking with us through our technical difficulties.
Woo!
And we thank you for being here. We hope that you enjoyed this. We're going to pick things up here with your new Dragonbone Golem next Tuesday night as you
My new
continue
friend.
upward and deeper into the mountain. As
She'll be coming right
we
up.
get
That could be
back
our
here
theme
starting
song.
at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time when we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a great night, everyone.
Riding six wide
Cheers.
horses as we come.
So I'll probably have to die in the end, but we get to make friends with it first, so its death is
Yeah.
really sad.
Which is why
Oh,
you'll
he's-